Good evening,
And
everybody.
happy birthday.
Thank you, Frostring. It's great to have you guys back. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely good to be back. Happy birthday, Jira.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Anyone hear about the fact that the new reviews of Venom: The Last Dance?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and they don't seem good. But you don't,
Not good at all.
nope.
I
Well,
don't
there's a
know.
doctor.
Yeah,
You don't got a good, solid villain for the movie, and then they're saying that Null is really not part of the movie, and then
yeah, yeah, it's a bummer.
I mean, they couldn't even. Do they even have Scream in the movie or Toxin? I don't know. A lot is very vague.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard to tell. I haven't even seen the film yet, and it's about to come out soon. Huh. Yeah, I wonder what Parker is.
So Venom, guys.
Yep,
What of
Yeah.
our what are our experiences with Venom? I think
well,
first time. Oh,
yeah,
go ahead, man.
we know how, we all know how it all starts with Venom. It starts with him as a black alien symbiote that bonds with Spider-Man in the yeah, you know, he starts off by being a black alien symbiote that bonds with Spider-Man to give him incredible strength and speed and stamina.
I believe it was J. Jonah Jameson's son who brought him to Earth. I read an encyclopedia on Spider Man when I was young, but the symbiote attached itself to the vessel and came with his son to Earth. And then first attached itself to Spider Man and then attached itself to Eddie Brock. Um,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned the J. Jonah Jameson son thing because I just remember that line from Spider-Man 2, like my son, the astronaut. So they even set that up for him to get that symbiote globbed on
he
him,
was
but
in Spider Man 3. I no Spider Man 2. I think he
Yeah.
was in one of the Raimi movies, but don't quote me on that.
well, he was. If you remember in Spider-Man 2, the whole reason Peter goes to the big gala where he gets fucking his face slapped by Harry is because Jameson's son is getting like a big old pat on the back for being a good Astro Boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take my picture with this guy. No, take my picture with this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. I've seen it. Yeah.
um,
Love Triangle.
there is another version of Venom in the Ultimate Universe, which is more of a cure for cancer. That's another one that I was exposed to with the Ultimate Spider game,
Oh,
where
the lab grown
that
version. Yeah.
yeah that like where it was like a suit that or symbiotic suit that you wore, and it was like,
Frostbite
huh?
getting a
Hey,
lot of
Welcome aboard, Parker.
hey, can you
Glad
hear
you could.
me?
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
yeah,
No, I'm not typing any keys or anything.
Right.
just a little bit of feedback seems like from your mic.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you for
Good.
No,
coming.
I think it's from Giratina. Um, I'm not
Oh,
typing
sorry.
anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't seem to have an.
Oh,
Hang on.
Can you put my icon
Like
on
I'm
the
not
screen?
typing any keys or anything like that.
Can
Yeah.
you put my icon on your screen?
Oh, your icon seems. Yeah, I see your icon, but hang on.
I tried to
Up,
put
up.
my Fawful icon on, but my computer, I kept trying to save it, but it wouldn't work. I don't know what it
Oh,
was doing.
oh. Well, if we'll give it time, Parker.
Yeah, I'll try
We're,
doing it later, but for right now, I don't want to miss a stream. So, how's everybody doing tonight?
we're doing
Not
good.
too bad, man.
Yeah,
Welcome.
Good.
yeah. I also got done with the hanging
I had to
out with.
work tonight.
Yeah, I also got done. I also enjoyed hanging out with Katie and Peter from inside the chest of their live stream earlier tonight for the Beekeeper watch along. It was quite thoughtful of them to uh, have it today on my 33rd birthday too.
How was
Yeah,
the Big Keeper live stream?
it was fun.
That's good.
Yep.
Who else is
Three-
here? Who are the others' names again?
Oh, oh. Right below me. This is Frostfang and this is Saxon. They're my.
That's
Hello.
cool. Are they?
Yeah,
Do
they're
they
my.
have YouTube channels?
I don't technically have a YouTube channel. I thought about doing it, but right now I'm not in a place to do a YouTube
I mostly
channel.
do YouTube Shorts, but I
Yeah,
have a few regular videos. They're not fancy, however. I'm still new at editing videos.
yeah. We know. Yep, and I'm glad you came on tonight, Parker, because I've been following you quite well, and you've been very critical of Sony for how they poorly handled the Spider-Man brand for decades.
I'm a
Well,
huge fan of Spider-Man, and I legit do not like the corporate stuff that's been going on. It's crazy.
yeah, I know.
So I gotta ask, which is your, I mean, not your favorite Spider-Man, but the one that you don't mind the most?
Would you say that again? The one I don't want the most?
Don't mind the most.
So, like, are you saying that one that's not my favorite, but the one that is, you saying that's like okay?
Whoever's your favorite.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, my favorite
basically.
Spider-Man is, but here's the thing though. Sometimes I'm usually say Tobey Maguire, but despite his movies being bad, I still think Andrew is the overall best version in my personal opinion.
Well, I still go with Tobey Maguire because his movies were way better, are by
Oh
far the
yes,
best.
I totally agree. The first two were great, and despite three's problems, I still think that Sam Raimi tried doing what he could do best for it, even with Sony's insistence on shoving in Venom where he wasn't supposed to be in that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and killing off Eddie Brock was the reason many fans were not so happy about Spider-Man 3 because
They were even planning a spin-off movie with Eddie Brock, but I'm like, how would that work if he was dead at the end of that movie? It doesn't make any sense.
no, it doesn't make sense at all.
Wasn't
Yeah.
the fourth movie supposed to be with him?
And Vulture was going to be played by John Malkovich. You know who that is?
Yeah, I know,
Yep.
but they were gonna have Anne Hathaway as Voltress. I was just like,
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm like, Sam Raimi, just keep her as Black Cat. Why do and also Black Cat Felicia Hardy is not supposed to be related to Vulture in any way. They like I don't understand that mindset.
Yeah,
like
neither do I.
that was something that I was like, okay, it's a cool twist if you didn't watch the know the comics or anything. But that twist in the Spider-Man No Way, sorry, Homecoming, where you find out that Vulture is what's her name?
Isn't her name what I'm trying it's not Betty Brant. What's the other name? I'm trying to remember the chick's name. But
Uh, something
Betty Brant
Allen,
is not obviously it though, because she's the blind chick in those movies.
something Allen, uh,
Liz Allen, you know
Liz
the girl.
Allen. Well, she
She's one.
wasn't black in the comics, but
She wasn't black, but like in Spectacular Spider-Man, she was kind of like she had a
Latina.
skin tone.
she had a
Yeah,
Hispanic skin tone.
She was
yeah,
one of
and
the main love
yeah,
interests in Spectacular Spider-Man, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of Ellen and from Spectacular Spider-Man, her
I actually
voice
hear
actress
that
is
in
all.
that show, she's actually more likable than MJ, and people are mad. Like, why would Peter Parker break up with Liz if she was the most nice to him? Like, that's the one controversy I've
Yeah, I
heard about
agree.
that.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
why does Peter Parker have to always be with MJ? Like, I understand she's a love interest, but like, why can't some continuities he actually get with somebody else for a change?
Yeah, I hear you there, Parker. And speaking
And
of Liz Allen from that show, the actress who voiced her in that show is also in the third Venom movie as well.
who's she playing?
Oh, one of the people that Eddie Brock hitches a ride with in the van along with Reese Ifans'
Oh, is she
character.
going to be like the mom of whoever that kid is in the band? By the way, I do not believe that's Peter Parker. That's just some stupid rumor I've heard somewhere.
Yeah, I hear you there.
Here's
Anyway,
the thing, though. I don't think it's going to actually tie into Spider-Man 4 because those null things are probably just like cameo things or possibly like I don't even think it's a post-credits thing. I think Null's just going to be like in flashbacks, and that's about it, to be honest.
yeah, I agree. And
Here's the
speaking
thing,
of,
though. I think that there's pros and cons to the null thing. Like, I don't know much about the character, but I'm sorry. Can I say more about this, or am I interrupting?
well, actually, we're also about to go further on how it all starts with Venom. And it
Yeah,
begins with
you guys want to get started, and we'll talk more about the null thing I wanted to say later.
sure thing. Anyway, here as Spider-Man bonds with the Black Alien symbiote, not only makes him stronger and faster and more pumped with stamina, but also made him more aggressive while taking on villains like the Hobgoblin in the comics, Roger Kingsley. In
Hobgoblin was in the '90s show, and he was played by Mark Hamill, right?
Yeah, but he was not actually but he wasn't the first Hobgoblin. He was
Yeah.
actually he was he was actually Jason McIndale in that show.
Um, and who was Ned's last name in that cartoon? Did they ever say?
Which cartoon?
The '90s show, where like
Oh,
he was dating Felicia Hardy, you know?
oh, you mean McIndale was dating Felicia Hardy.
Because, like, by the way, that Ned is not the same Ned from the like. People keep saying, "Oh, the Ned in the MCU is going to eventually become a hobgoblin." I'm like, I don't really see him being that because, especially with his weight.
Yeah,
No offense.
yeah. Speaking of Hobgoblin, we all that if you all seen Spider-Man 3, that rather than getting the Hobgoblin, we got Harry as the new Goblin for him to fight in that
And they didn't
movie.
really do much with him. He just fought him in the first scene, and then like that. Like I do like the redemption arc, but it felt kind of like it was
It was
like
very
Uh,
forced.
rushed.
Forced and stupid. Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't
imagine,
mind him getting a redemption arc, but it was like way too fast.
well, imagine if the movie did not have Venom
Yeah,
and
like just keep
instead,
Sandman, and I don't even think like you can have him be as not new Goblin, but the thing is though he doesn't have to be the main villain. Like Sandman,
right.
you could still have three villains and not make the movie like a jumbled mess. Maybe they could have still had Vulture, but in the third movie instead of the fourth movie.
Yeah, and Sandman was supposed to be the main villain for Spider-Man 3 before Sony got greedy and did not have the time and patience to hold off from having Eddie
well,
Brock become Venom to antagonize Spider-Man in
they
future
thought
installments.
that people wanted Venom, but the thing
No, you
was
got
that
to build that up. You can't just put it in the movie.
you can't just
Right,
put a movie without purpose.
Like they
So,
yeah.
already had what's J. Jonah Jameson's son's name in the second movie?
John Jameson.
Yeah, they had him set up and then they don't have him come back. Like you wasted the opportunity to build up that.
well, apparently he becomes. I can't remember what he becomes. He becomes like a Wolfman type character, and obviously that if you put it in the movie, it would be kind of weird. But
Yeah. To be honest with you, like in the cartoon, he didn't become anything. He just found him on the planet and brought him back, you know, in the '90s cartoon.
well, that was sort of no. In the movie, he randomly just fell
I
into.
know. At the park at the bicycle.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah, I know.
retarded.
Yeah, they retconned Venom's arrival by using a meteor instead of having Jameson's son bring him down to Earth by rocket ship in
How long
Spider-Man
has
3.
Null been around anyway in the comics?
Well, since 2013, when he was mentioned in Thor comics with Thor the God Butcher, last I researched.
Here's the thing, though. Did you hear that? Gore the God Butcher's sword was in the comics was supposed to be a symbiote.
Yeah, I've studied that.
And the reason it makes you want to kill guys is because Noel created it, and he himself is he's not like is Noel really a god, or is he just a deity? Like I don't understand the whole thing about Noel.
It lists him as an ancient malevolent deity who ruled over the abyss.
Here's the thing though, like I think the character is cool, but to be honest with you, doesn't it kind of take away the mystique of the symbiote just a little bit?
Yeah, I know. It kind of makes it look like the
I kind of
symbiotes
prefer
on
them
Earth.
just being like a superorganism hive mind, like giving them a god. It's like it's the same problem that the White Walkers had in the TV show, Game of Thrones. If you've seen that show, because the Night King was not in the Game of Thrones books. I know that I'm getting a little bit off topic, but it's kind of relates to the whole Noel thing. Like you give them like a
Oh, yeah.
one big villain to create them. I'm like, it kind of ruins the horror of it just a little bit.
Yeah, I hear
Well,
you.
I mean, the problem is that the second movie kind of went in a more goofier route.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
shouldn't
made
have
it.
like it should have had the tone like of the Dark Knight, but if the Dark Knight was rated R, you know what I mean? And they didn't even
Well,
make it
no,
rated
no,
R.
no. The thing was that they went in the direction of the Eddie Brock Venom bromance.
Yeah,
And I
and
was
like
like,
it was fine
that's
in the
not
first
what we
movie,
are
but they
here
went way
for.
too overboard with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
know. Comedy is what's overall killing superhero movies
then
today.
we got
Yeah, I
Carnage
hate comedies ruined.
super like late in the movie.
Mhm.
Carnage
Yeah,
should have not been killed off either. He should have been an overarching villain.
yeah,
He could have been
oh,
the Loki of the Sony universe, and he could have been like secretly like like how Loki was working for Thanos. He could be secretly working for Noel.
yeah. And they could have had him set
So,
up his own team as they have in the Maximum Carnage storyline of the Spider-Man
so
and Venom comics.
Garatina, I just want to fall into what you were trying to do, like in previous videos, just knowing what you did. Um,
You
Carnage
okay?
was not born the same way in the comics as they did it in the movies. Uh, would you concur?
Yes.
Yeah, so he wasn't born the same way. He was kind of like Venom left like an essence of himself or like a newborn of himself somewhere, and it gave off a offspring with Carnage. They kind of like glossed over it in the movie, and then they kind of like shoehorned in Toxin at the end.
Is
Uh,
Toxin supposed to be an anti-hero? I hear he's not really a villain in the comics.
he's more of an anti-hero. He's a
And I don't think he's gonna be like I know that people are saying he's the symbiote inside the police officer, but I don't think he's gonna have much importance in that movie.
no, he's not. He's an anti-hero. But the fact is that like the character of Scream is more of an adversary to Venom. But I doubt they're going to use her.
Yeah,
Or
let me ask you something. Was Shriek the name of the mutant girl in the second movie?
Yes. Yeah.
yes,
Is she supposed to be
yes.
half symbiote in the comics, but they didn't do that for the movie? Like, I'm confused about like, aren't symbiote like? I know that symbiotes don't like sound, but like in the comics, apparently she's also half symbiote. I'm confused about all that.
I don't think she was bonded with a symbiote. I think she got her powers from a specific drug she was exposed to.
She was exposed to what? I didn't hear that.
Some kind of street drug or some sort that
Street drug, he said.
Because I heard that like she was actually a mutant, but I could be wrong.
Well, she was, but so Garrotine said that she was exposed to. He was exposed to some type of street drug.
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, fictional kind of street drug.
So, but I don't know if Garrotine, do you want to talk about like how they did it in the Spider-Man 2 game? Because that game really did ruin a lot of stuff.
You mean the Amazing Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man
Or are
2?
you talking about Spider-Man 3, the game? I think you might
No,
have
no,
it
no,
mixed up.
Spider-Man 2, the game.
Wait,
The
no,
new
Spider-Man
one
2
that
would
came
be
in
Dr. Octopus, not with.
2023. The
Oh, are
one
you
that
talking
came
about
in
the Insomniac games?
Insomniac, yeah, sorry.
Okay, sorry, I
Oh,
was confused.
oh, it doesn't show Streak in the game, but it pretty much sets up
Doesn't MJ get turned into Scream in that game?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it
yeah, she does.
destroyed the lore of the symbiotes.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing, though, is that game I hear that game does a lot of bad things. Like they kill off Craven in a disrespectful way.
Well, I mean,
Craven, I
it
think,
was sort of cool how he went out in terms of Venom kills
like I don't
him.
mind him getting killed off, but what I'm saying is that people were disappointed that people, a lot of people, including in Devion, like, do you follow that channel? Like he made a video saying that
Yeah, no, I understand
Craven
that.
should have been the host in that game,
Yeah,
basically.
I mean,
Really?
That would have been sick.
Yeah,
the
like
Symbiote Tower
Craven makes
Craven is
sense because
something
he's
I'm
a
there for.
psychopath. It would make sense for them to bond.
Yeah,
well,
that would
the
have.
thing was that they basically copied the story of the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and they copy placed it with Venom.
Like you talking about the movie Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 2 with you remember when Harry had
Oh, you
the
mean with
illness?
Harry?
Oh, I
mean
thought you
Harry?
were
The
about
whole
to say like
subplot with Harry
infecting the
having
city
the
with
illness.
lizards, similar to what they did with Insane 2 with the symbiotes infecting
Yeah.
everything.
Ah,
I was
yeah.
confused.
Yeah, basically they copy pasted that subplot.
Hey, I haven't. I don't care about spoilers about the game because I heard it was crap. But doesn't Harry get killed off in that game?
No, he
No.
does not.
Oh, thank goodness, because I was worried for a second.
Because if you watch Hypnotic, they have this very funny thing at the beginning of the. I actually introduced Hypnotic this thing.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
um,
Yeah. The song
it's
and the
basically like
card
Miles
of the Black
Morales
Man.
resurrecting
Yeah. Miles
Harry
resurrecting Harry.
Harry Osborn, but this guy named Kyle, who's a Jamaican man, he mocks the whole thing by doing this whole thing of the touch of the black man in a war story, the God hand coming down, shining upon me. White man as you lay down,
Yeah,
cis
I
white
saw it.
couple in the
Some weird
background.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
And well,
it's really
what's the name
funny.
of the video?
What?
Oh,
What's the name of the video
It's
from Hypnotic?
it's just that it's his intro. He does it at the
It's
end,
his
start of
intro.
every Hypnocast.
Oh,
yep.
It's
I-
very funny.
Yeah, it is.
it wouldn't
For
be
us-
funny if there was a parody of Venom, but like he was like singing that song from that Peanuts movie where it's like no, it's so loud. Like instead of no dogs allowed, that'd be kind of funny.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Not that much
watch
funny though.
any
That,
intro to Hypnotic, and you'll see that intro. I mean, it's a little bit altered, but it's still very funny.
Yeah, it
So
is funny.
So, do you think that we should be worried about Insomniac Spider-Man 3 when that eventually gets made?
Yes.
Yeah.
I really
And
do not want them
I
killing
think
off
they're going
Peter,
to
like, because
do.
I'm also fearful that they'll make Miles the focus because he has no connection with Doctor Octopus and Green Goblin.
Yeah, but
Right.
at the same time, I think they're going to try to do like a spin-off, like Spider-Man Miles
For Venom.
Morales.
Oh, like a second, like I don't mind that, but fully replacing Peter in the mainline games, no. Keep Peter does not need.
I seriously think they're going to make a spin-off game with Carnage as the focus because they
Oh, you
set
talking about
that
that? Or
thing
are you
up.
talking about like the rumored Venom video game, or are you talking about like Carnage getting a spinoff too?
No. I really do
Yeah.
think that Carnage is going to get a spin-off video game.
I really hope it's rated M for mature because obviously.
No. That is not going to happen.
Why Wolverine's going to be rated M? Like, why? What is Carnage
We don't
in the
know
comics?
that.
What?
We
Sorry.
really
Okay,
don't
guys.
know that. We only saw like alpha footage. They could be told, you gotta tone this down.
You said the
I
Wolverine game ain't going to be rated M for mature because I was hurt.
don't know. Like,
All I know is that they're ruining Jean Grey because she looks ugly in those photos.
well,
I
And
hate
we're
this
about
whole
to say,
turning women ugly thing. It's stupid.
yeah, me too. Anyway, are we
MJ
ready to
like wasn't that uglified, but still like she does not look like MJ from the first game.
no.
Well,
Well, I
you guys
mean,
ready to
there was
continue?
elements of stuff that they like going forward where she was being like bitchy to Peter about like how he treated her like, oh, don't do this, MJ, don't do this, MJ, and I'm just like, um, do you have superpowers? Question mark.
Also, it's kind of like some recycled crap from the first game. Like, we don't need them have them bickering like this.
No.
Well, in the
Anyway,
second
guys,
game,
are we ready to continue?
Huh?
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
I'm
sorry,
about to
sorry,
cover Donna
Garrett.
Diego next. Yeah, I'm about to cover Scream next, starting with her first host from the comics named Donna Diego. You know,
Which is
the
not
first
Mary Jane.
right. She's a different person
Mary
when
Jane,
she
are
was
you
first
talking? What are you guys
introduced.
talking about?
So in
The first host of Scream,
so in
the original
the
host of
second,
Scream, Donna Diego.
yeah. So in the second um Spider-Man game, they gave um like Venom basically made Mary Jane into Scream,
Which is not
and
supposed to be the case. Somebody
which
else
is
is supposed.
not supposed to be the case. But the fact is that basically she
Right.
lectures Peter Parker about the fact that like he's never been supportive over her,
That's so
and
stupid.
she works for J. Jonah Jameson, unlike him.
Yeah.
So does he have a
Yeah.
And
job in the second game if he's not working for the Daily Bugle anymore?
he's
Because I haven't watched playthroughs nor played the game itself, so I don't know much.
I can't remember much of the
Yeah.
second game. I know that he takes over Harry Osborn's corporation or whatever.
Is Miles Morales taking over Feast in the second game?
No, he's still in high school.
Yeah, obviously he's in high school, but I'm just asking, like, who's running Feast ever since Aunt May died? I don't know anything about the second game's plot.
I don't know. But the fact is that basically, um, basically Peter Parker acts bitch to Mary Jane, and he basically is apologizing to her over and over again. And I don't know if Guillotine wants to like play a clip of that from the game, like it would highlight my point. I can't remember the exact shit that's going on in that scene, but it's pretty cringe inducing.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Frostfang's mic
Oh
clipping
no.
for anyone else?
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed something strange
Testing,
going on with the speed.
testing, 1 2 3, 1 2
Yeah,
3.
no, it's.
What's your name again with the Jack and Daxter icon?
Oh, just call me Dax.
Okay, that's cool. I hear those games are fun. I've never played them, but I heard they're good.
Yeah.
They are fun. Yeah, I
I'll
They're
don't.
put
basically
my
like the predecessor. They're basically like not spiritual successor, but like they they're basically the Ratchet and Clank before Ratchet and Clank, even though they're not part of the same franchise.
Yeah.
I
I'll
mean, there
put
might be
the
some
my
inspiration there, but Frostfang. I don't know if you know what's going on with that, or if you maybe want to go out and come back because it is consistently like being scratchy.
okay, testing 1 2 3, 1 2
Okay.
3.
That sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Sounds
have to
much
keep
better.
it closer to my mouth when I talk, so we'll
Sure.
do that.
Anyway, shall we continue now with this?
Yes.
Rock on,
All right.
Vera.
Yep. Now, Donna Diego. History. Life Foundation. Little has been revealed about Diego's early life. Donna had a history of psychotic episodes, but despite this, she passed a background check and became a security guard for the Life Foundation. As part of their program to create a superpowered security force, the Life Foundation scientists kidnapped Venom. They removed his symbiote seeds, hatched them, and merged the resulting creatures of 5 of their most skilled and trusted employees. One of those employees was Donna. While testing her new powers, Diego attacked a mall near Salinas, California. She encountered Spider-Man, who was looking for Eddie Brock, and fled back to the Life Foundation's base in the Mojave Desert. Spider-Man stowed away on her hovercraft and released Eddie Brock. Diego and other new symbiotes lost the resulting battle, and they apparently died from accelerated aging when Brock used a metabolic accelerator on them. Her symbiote was turned into dust, and her body was caught in a massive explosion. It was later revealed that Scream and the other symbiotes had survived due to their efforts by the Life Foundation. Shortly afterward, though, Donna left with Lasher, Phage, Acne, and Riot to find Eddie Brock in New York. They had trouble coexisting with their immature symbiotes and hoped that Brock would work with them so as to teach them control. Brock refused and then disappeared. Diego asks the Scarlet Spider for help in finding Brock. When when he also refused, Diego had a psychotic episode and went wild in Times Square. She succeeded in drawing attention from the attention of Brock and Riley. Brock fought with Diego, the, and only the intervention of Riley saved her. The other Guardian symbiotes joined Diego in her next attempt to get Brock's help. They freed Brock, who had lost his symbiote and gone to jail, and took him to Chicago. He managed to escape. Diego, who had acquired a sonic knife, killed Jasnera, Mock, Cole, and Hernandez one by one and blamed Brock for the murders. Brock reunited with Venom before Diego could kill him, as well as defeated her. Now, Reform and the Xenophage. Diego somehow gained a measure of control over her symbiote, or at least reached a modus, well, vivendi with it. To make up for her past behavior, she began seeking out other symbiotes and helping their human host to cope. She soon learned of an alien called Xenophage that preyed on symbiotes. With Brock's help, she defeated it. Eventually, she found the Xenophage's ship. Along with Brock and Wolverine, she traveled to an alien dimension and returned safely to Earth. Now for Death. When Eddie Brock started to hunt for symbiotes, he killed Donna after Hybrid. Brock led Scream to a trap. Where using a sonic emitter, he paralyzed her and stabbed her in the head many times with a heated dagger. He
So,
finally, after yeah,
I keep going.
yeah, yeah. Last but not least, for Diego's appearance, Absolute Carnage. Years later, Scream was resurrected by Null, still bonded to Donna's corpse, however. When Patricia Robinson attacked, Scream abandoned Donna's skeleton, leaving her lifeless once again, and Patricia Robinson was Scream's next host. You know, yeah, in the yeah,
Interesting.
in yeah, yeah. After Donna Diego,
So, question. So, where does so the Xenophage is an alien that apparently eats xenomorphs? Where does it come from? Does it have a known planet?
I have no idea, Parker, but yeah, the Xenophage is the same kind of creature that we've seen in the Venom 3 trailers so far.
So it's therefore, yeah. So it's obviously not a symbiote because it eats other symbiotes.
It's kind of like a dog eat
Right.
dog world.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
that thing that's on the airplane is not a symbiote. That's the Xenophage.
I guess I don't know.
So is it
Yeah.
like a different race that's like against the the symbiotes, like a rival?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
So why would both the symbiotes and the Xenophages be coming to Earth at the same time?
well
Yeah.
because they got nothing else to do.
There's a whole universe. They can't go to a Bennigan's, a space Bennigan's.
Like I understand them coincidentally hitting on Earth like any sci-fi movie, but I'm just saying, like I was just curious if there was intent or anything like that.
I don't know if there's intent. It's more to do with the fact that
Is it kind of like Quiet Place where they just randomly show up?
it's more to do with the fact that I think
Uh-huh.
that the after they killed off Carnage in the last movie, they needed a new bad guy, and they're like, What's bigger than Carnage? No. Okay, let's do that. And it's just like,
Well, I
nah.
don't think Noel's gonna be like I said. He's probably just gonna be in flashbacks. Like he's just gonna be mentioned. He's not gonna actually be the villain of the movie.
Well,
We'll see.
that's yet to see. But
But here's the thing, though, is that Noel, like, he does not look like anything like a symbiote. Like he obviously he's the god of them, but he looks like a vampire instead of an alien. Like I think that they need to change the appearance for live action, in my opinion.
Yeah, you
well,
think he?
Like I
think he just
understand
needs-
that in the comics, like obviously he's not a human, but he looks too humanoid for an alien. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he kind of looks like Henry Cavill's Witcher.
He looks like Henry Cavill's Witcher if he became a vampire.
Yeah.
Listen, like like I said,
guaranteed.
I understand that
a,
he's not like the other symbiotes because he's the creator, but again, you can't make him look more alien, kind of like how they changed Steppenwolf's design in Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see
Because
that.
in the Superman cartoon, he's human, but in the movie they made him look more alien, which kind of makes it better for live action. So I'm just like, also, do you believe the rumors that Andy Serkis is going to be playing him?
Not sure.
Possibly. I mean,
There was the
and
other rumors that Norman Reedus was going to play him, but you never can tell.
so Andy Serkis directed the last one.
Yeah, but he was just directed for hire. I don't think he had any creative freedom, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that the special
They
effects
just said, "Hey, come direct the movie for us." Kind of like how Sam Raimi just directed Multiverse of Madness, but it like other than visual stuff and some practical stuff, that movie was practically just him adapting Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios' script. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Guaranteed.
Uh-huh.
I sent you a video from Kyle about Spider-Man 2. Did you
The
receive it?
game,
Oh.
Yeah.
the Insomniac game.
Oh, I'm gonna.
It's on
Oh, I'm
Discord.
gonna take a look.
Oh, so it's not on Hypnotic, or are you talking about Hypnotic now?
No.
Oh, I see it.
Kyle is a streamer. He played
Oh.
this game and he mocked it
Yeah,
a
I see it.
lot.
Yeah, I heard that
Um,
Insomniac 2 like wasn't just bad on some stuff. I actually heard that people think it's a disgrace to the first game.
Yeah.
Like it's not the worst thing in the world, but I do believe that.
There's a lot of like parts where you're just like,
You know, like why do they have
why
to
the heck?
like? I understand they're trying to force all this DEI stuff, but like seriously, you take away the control and you make them like do the stupid mini games of like setting up two guys going on the pond together. It's like why? I hate it. Like, listen, I'm not homophobic. I'm just saying.
Well, no, it doesn't make any sense to begin
Yeah.
with. But the fact is that like
They just like I hear that Sweet Baby Inc. like they had the lead the game.
they did collaborate with that.
Yeah, but I'm saying it like I actually hear they didn't do that much influence on God of War Ragnarok, but they did do a lot influence over Insomniac Spider-Man 2.
So they had
Yeah.
some level of influence on the character designs in
Yeah.
God of War.
Yeah,
Ragnarok.
obviously.
That's why you got a black what's her name? I can't think of her
The
name.
deaf girl that Miles is dating, apparently, from what I've
Well,
heard.
no, in I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about God of War Ragnarok.
Wait, say it again. What did you say?
I said in God of War Ragnarok. That's
Oh,
where
you're talking about God of War. I thought you were still talking about Spider-Man. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I understand that Heimdall was race swapped in Marvel, but again, that's Marvel. This is different. This is based on actual North.
In God of War Ragnarok, he's white. But the thing is that
Yeah. Obviously, he's white, but I'm just
antagonistic.
like again, it's an unnecessary race swap, and the excuse that unlike God of War, like Marvel's thing is just that Heimdall was given a good actor with Idris Elba, but again, like why you have to have a black chick in Norse mythology?
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is that in God of War Ragnarok, he's much more antagonistic.
Yeah, yeah.
So
kind of like how Thor and Odin are antagonists in that game.
Yeah. I mean,
And
like,
in
Because
the
the whole
Sonic
idea
Rush-
isn't the whole idea is that the bad guys are the different gods, and Kratos is like I know Kratos isn't exactly a good guy, but he's better than the gods are cruel in that universe, and that's why he goes around killing them.
yeah. I mean,
Like I know
people.
Zeus technically isn't the villain, even though he's the final boss in the second game, because he at first thinks that Zeus killed his family, but in reality he killed his family, but he still wants to come in because he wants someone else to blame.
Well, the fact is that in the games, um, Baldur was the first one to instigate the whole shit.
Are you talking about his family getting killed off?
Um, well, in the first game, it was basically Baldur was in skinny shit. And,
Yeah, I saw a clip of him looking skinny when the main character Kratos crippled him to death.
yeah, and Baldur is like, super invincible. Like, he can't be killed in a sense.
Are you talking about the first game in the reboot
Yeah,
series?
yeah, in the region. Sorry.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like I had a feeling that. Yeah, you talking about the first boss you fight?
Yeah, that's
Because
him.
I watched a little bit of Jacksepticeye's Let's Play, but the thing is though I didn't know, like, obviously since I didn't watch the full series, like I didn't even finish the first live stream because it was that long. But yeah, thanks for telling me what the name of that character was.
Yeah. But the thing was that in that game, like, Kratos
Sorry.
was basically learning to be a better god
Yeah,
than
and
what
which
he
is
was
not a
prior.
bad thing necessarily. What the people had problem with the game is that he wasn't acting like himself, even the creator of the original games. But like, I still think it's a good idea to do character development. But yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
It depends on which creator you're talking about. I mean,
So
like, there
like
were several creators for God of War, and
yeah,
it's
like
just
the
like,
creator of the original series. Like
yeah,
I watched this on the Endymion video.
Corey Balrog did have a hand in the prior
Yeah.
games, and I mean, Stig Munson, who directed, I think,
Okay.
God of War 3, he went
When
on
did
to
God of War
do
3 come out?
2010.
So it was a long time before the fourth game came out.
Yeah.
People
Directed it
forget the
himself.
reboot series is set in the same continuity, just years later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole thing was that God of War 4, or sorry, God of
God of
War,
War Ragnarok,
the new one.
the one that's after the 2018 one.
Yeah.
So, like,
Ragnarok, I think.
was it a race swap or was it just an original character they created for the game?
No, it was a character that exists in Norse mythology, but they race swapped her.
But why though?
They were. She was the wife of Loki, I think.
Okay, so is that why Kratos' son is in conflict with Heimdall in that game?
No.
They're just
Heimdall.
having a conflict because Odin, right?
Heimdall is all knowing, and he doesn't trust um Loki slash Atreus.
Okay.
And he's
Sorry
like,
that we're off topic on the symbiote thing.
yeah,
Oh,
sorry, Giratina.
no problem,
I'm
guys.
just trying to
Anyway.
Yeah, I
explain.
just like when we were talking about. Yeah, sorry.
The
Yeah,
Sweet
I don't have to
Baby Ink,
apologize, do I?
the Sweet Baby
Yeah,
Ink
I was
rabbit
about
hole
to.
is a deep. Is
So
a
like, I
deep.
don't think
Yeah.
it's too deep. I don't think we can like. We're not in a like. Are we in a rush to go back? Like how? Like I don't know.
no,
Anyway, I'd
you're
like to
just asking
continue with
questions. It's
start with
okay.
Lasher now.
Yeah,
So,
but I don't have to apologize then. No.
Not at
All
all,
right, let's just
guys.
get. I'm
I'm
sorry.
about
What?
to
I'm
start.
sorry.
I'm about to
so
start
the whole thing
going
about
through Lasher now.
the whole thing
Frostbite.
about Heimdall was he was paranoid and
Yeah.
he wanted he did not trust Loki slash Atreus,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
Odin was kind of gaslighting um, uh, Heimdall into what he wanted to believe. So,
Yeah. That makes sense.
um, I mean, like Odin was basically the biggest gaslighter against Thor and
Like I heard that he's like, because
Heimdall.
like obviously he's the main antagonist, but like so like he's basically like he's supposed to be like an asshole in that game, right?
Well, Odin, you're supposed to kind of like at first you're kind of like not sure of him, but for me when I was playing the game, you kind of like understand his point
Yeah,
of
like
view.
he's not like pure evil. Like he has like
No, he doesn't want like conflict at all.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
And why
he
is
basically comes to Kratos and says, "Okay, like look, if you stay on my square, out in my square, and you scare, and I stay out at your
Oh,
square, we're even."
oh,
Like,
yeah,
that's basically what
oh,
he
where is?
says.
yeah,
So
Oh,
anyway,
anyway,
let's
let's continue.
get back
Yes.
to Gates.
Now
I
for
don't
Lash.
want to hijack his stream.
yeah. Lasher's
Okay.
also rumored to be
Now,
in the new Venom movie. Like, there's so
all
many
right.
rumors.
Next.
I don't know if half of them are even real.
Yeah,
Let's
I
continue.
feel a little bit bad because I feel like I
I hope I'm not talking too much.
no, I'm worried. I'm talking too much.
Yeah, we can all talk too much sometimes.
Yeah, I'm hoping Draxnar can come back.
Is everything okay?
Hang
Well,
on, I'm gonna help you.
where did Daxter, whatever how you pronounce it?
Yeah, he lost connection there.
Where'd
Yeah,
he
I'm gonna
go?
help him get back on.
Um,
He lost connection.
he
Oh, did he
lost
have any
connection.
problems
Yeah,
with connection and everything?
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
I hope he gets it fixed.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, on to Lasher. Okay. The Sinister
Life
Life Foundation.
Foundation.
Yep, an organization that was preparing for the mad, mutually assured destruction fallout of the Cold War, or in the events of the world chaos, sought to provide a comfortable life for their wealthy clients after the impending Holocaust. Needing a superhuman police force to protect this utopian future, the Foundation's leader, Carlton Drake, saw potential candidates for these future guardians in an unborn offspring of Venom, and subsequently ordered him to be captured. Once the Foundation successfully captured Venom, who was in San Francisco at the time, they brought him to their lab in the Mojave Desert of California. While they are forcibly extract, while they forcibly extracted seed, five seeds from Venom and hatched them, as it was still too young to control a host. It was merged with Raymond Hernandez, a security force officer of the Life Foundation, which was comprised of cops, soldiers, and mercenaries. Together, it and Hernandez, along with the other four, would become the Foundation's guardian symbiotes. When Spider-Man followed his sister, Strike Agent 4, Donna Diego, he and the other Guardian symbiotes all attacked the Wallflower, but before they could kill him, Eddie, who had gotten free once they removed Venom's symbiote, appeared. In order to beat them, Eddie once again merged with Venom symbiote and managed to defeat the Guardian symbiotes alongside Spider-Man using a metabolic accelerator which rapidly sped up the aging process of the symbiotes and eventually turned them to dust when Venom cranked up the power, seemingly killing them. Lasher's host, as well as the other hosts of the symbiotes, also appeared to die in the ensuing explosion. Next up, separation anxiety. The symbiote not only survived along with the other siblings due to their efforts by the Life Foundation, but their hosts had too. But the other, yeah, Modi Desert, yep, planned to seek out Eddie Brock for help. When Raymond Hernandez and the others suddenly left the Foundation facility to get Eddie Brock's help, Donna went alone to talk to Brock and Venom, but failed in her 2 attempts. He and the rest of the former Guardian symbiotes joined her shortly after her 3rd attempt to get Brock's help. Together they broke Brock, who had lost the Venom symbiote, out of a New Mexico facility and brought him to an abandoned factory in a small city near Chicago to make him help them. Unfortunately, yet again Brock refused, due to his disbelief that all of the Venom symbiote's children became psychopathic killers like Carnage. Later, Brock managed to escape shortly his sister killed his sister, the largely dark purple-haired and pink mixed symbiote, along with her host Leslie Jesneria, was found dead. Though at the time they believed it was Eddie Brock who killed them and wanted to make them pay. When his brother, the light orange symbiote and co-host Carl Mack, was later killed too by a sonic blade, Donna went to kill Brock, but his host Hernandez stopped her in the hopes Brock could still help them. Unbeknownst to him, it was Donna who had snapped from her schizophrenia and his sister's influence back when she first reached out to Brock. But by the time he and his brother were the largely blue symbiote host Trevor Cole realized it. She had picked up the sonic blade that she had stolen from the facility Brock that held Brock and killed his brother and the host. As his host, Hernandez tried to calm her down. She killed them both, and she herself would be beaten by a reunited Venom and Brock. After Venom escaped, the, the that had been tracking the Venom symbiote, and they contained them. It was revealed that they survived through this time. Their host did not. The Vault. The symbiote and his 4 siblings were taken to the Vault, a prison for superhuman criminals. Once they were sent to Facility Number 12 for scientists to study and painfully experiment on them. One day, during the symbiote invasion, Venom and Brock worldwide sent worldwide a psychic shriek that would seemingly wipe out the invading symbiotes. Due to this, along with the pain they were already experiencing, he and the others broke free and merged into one creature, a hybrid. After briefly bonding with Guardsman 6, Scott Washington, the new symbiote escaped to find and bond with Scott once again and become the vigilante called Hybrid. Now, Carnage USA. Sometime after some time as the vigilante Hybrid, they once again believed he was dead when Eddie Brock took it upon himself to kill all symbiotes. But again they survived and the host did not. They were presumably found by the U.S. Army and was diffused into 4 separate creatures once again, named Lasher, Riot, Phage, and Agony. He and the others, though apparently due to being diffusion, had become catanically unable to totally bond with a host, were given to each member of the Mercury team, a contingency B team, who has been training with Lasher and the others for the sole purpose
I
of
guess we
eliminating.
lost somebody else.
Oh, Frostfang.
Yeah, I could think there he had a glitch too. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Oh dear. Wait.
I'm having no problems.
Oh, thank, thank you, Parker.
Yeah. Hey, I would really appreciate if you shared more of my content so the algorithm can notice me because I still have only 109 subscribers. I know that's
Yeah,
off topic.
yeah, I'll be glad to help.
Yeah. Hey, it would be a good person to invite and to try to be a guest. You ever heard, Darth Paws, right?
Yeah, I know him. Yeah,
Yeah, you should invite him for a stream, whether it's Marvel or Star Wars related. Do you do Star Wars stuff on this channel?
I did once.
I don't know if you're into Star Wars or not. Like I used to be into Star Wars before Disney ruined it,
Yeah,
but if it's Marvel related, he also does Marvel.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, I need to watch his new video later about the expanded universe. What happened to Dex and are they trying? Oh, so they're saying in the chat that
Oh yeah.
nothing important.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know what's wrong with them.
Yeah.
Sergeant says take their time. You're talking to them. See what
Yeah.
they say in the chat. Um,
Yep.
when you're ready, please come back to the link. Yeah, that's what you're sending on the chat. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm
Anyway.
narrating
Oh.
everything.
Ah.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, welcome back. How's
Welcome
your
back to the
how's your semester?
land of the living. LOL.
Alas, I have returned.
Thank you. Anyway.
No one said anything about 3 books. If you get that reference,
Yep. Anyway, I'd like to
that's a
continue.
really good. That's one of the best horror comedies in my personal opinion. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yep. Anyway.
Anyway, let's get back on topic.
Right. Lasher was
Venom.
Venom.
Lasher was
Buster Rhymes.
partly bonded to a female military-trained German Shepherd war dog and leashed, and controlled by the team leader, Chief Petty Officer Marcus Sims. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but when Carnage began taking over people of Doverton, Colorado, and the Avengers, Captain America, Thing, Hawkeye, and Wolverine saved from saved for Spider-Man, the team was sent in aided by Scorn. The team took on a large number of Carnage-possessed townspeople, but ran into big trouble when Carnage and the symbiote Avengers joined the fight. But even when Spider-Man, the Sheriff Eric Morrow, and a few townies and the arrival of Agent Venom, the fight didn't look good.
Hey, can I
But the,
ask you something? So, other than knowing that Flash Thompson is usually Agent Venom, tell me specifics about Agent Venom. I don't know much about the character.
well, so far all I know is that besi- besides the well, not much. All I know is that Agent Venom is kind of, you know,
Like
I
he's
don't know.
like a symbiote that the government's able to retain its aggressiveness and to weaponize into a super soldier, basically.
Yeah,
So it's still a symbiote. It's just that, and I don't know if it's the Venom symbiote necessarily, but regardless, it's where basically, yeah, they weaponize it.
yeah, they do.
Deadpool versus Carnage. Oh, is that a comic or is that just saying the events?
So far, so far I think it's saying.
Okay.
Any, anyway,
I wouldn't think Deadpool would be in this type of story because this is kind of a more serious story, to be honest.
yep. Ah, hey,
Like
hope
I
I
know
cool
that
stuff.
Deadpool can be serious, but for the most part, if it's not X-Men Origins Wolverine, he's mostly a comedy character. So
Hmm. Yeah,
I can't believe I mentioned X-Men Origins. Sorry about that.
Oh man.
I heard the game's pretty good though. That's based on that movie.
Yeah, Gira. When
Is
you're
everybody
typing on
okay?
your when you're typing on your keyboard, it's like super loud. You might want to.
oh
Wait,
yeah,
oh, you talking to Sergeant?
Yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah. You might want to mute that when you're
Because I'm not typing
like
anything. I'm
typing.
just talking.
Okay,
No, I know. I'm talking to Sergeant.
Yeah.
okay. Sorry guys. I was
So
No, you're
other
good.
than me
Just
and Sergeant, none of the other two that have been here have YouTube channels.
I have a
yes,
channel, but I haven't made any content yet.
Oh look, the
That's the
Doolies are
goal.
here.
yep.
Hey, let's
That's
Oh
it.
chat.
my God!
Yep,
Hey, welcome,
yep,
Yeah.
LMA. Nice to see you.
yep.
Do they want to join in, or are they just gonna be in the chat? Probably.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, but like
Anyway,
I said, remember my suggestion about Darth Pauls. You should invite him
yeah, of course.
because he
Anyway,
does Marvel stuff. I know he mostly does Star Wars, but he does a lot of Marvel stuff too.
sure thing. Anyway,
Anyway, let's get back on topic.
yeah. But, but the battle seemed to turn when driving a souped-up tractor caught Carnage and Agent Venom, who were fighting at the time. To Railsby meatpacking plant where she had made a device that separated the symbiotes from Thompson and Cassie, bring the Carnage possessed. But things only continued to get bad without Cassidy's control. The Carnage symbiote ran wild and took over the local zoo life. Slasher and the others fought a losing battle. Sims ordered the go-ahead to torch the area, and thanks to Captain America, kept the blast localized. With the Carnage symbiotes destroyed, Thompson, having rejoined the Venom symbiote, captured and handed Cassidy over to the Avengers. Slasher and his siblings were put back in the containers after Sims and the team left for others to clean up. Yep. They're on the road.
On the road again.
Yep.
Going places I ain't never been.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hit him up. Hoot him up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good song.
Yep.
It's
Really
not
good.
bad.
Yeah.
Now
It's
for-
fun. It's
now for
funny when
this-
Donkey sings it.
Yep. Now for this one. Deadpool versus Carnage.
Okay.
Oh, this should be good.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
should
when
be
Carnage-
really good.
Yep, when Carnage began a seemingly random killing spree throughout Oklahoma, Deadpool tried to stop him and his girlfriend shrieked. But as the body count raised, it would reveal that Cassidy was after the Mercury team and Lasher, as well as his siblings. Cassidy found the team in an underground base in an abandoned town. He killed them all but the German Shepherd, who managed to get to Lasher and save the other symbiotes. When Deadpool showed up to find the dead soldiers and empty symbiote containers, he was cut to pieces by Cassidy and left like that until Lasher, with his siblings attached to the war dog, saved him by having the other three bond and pull Deadpool together. Yep.
So what's Deadpool doing there?
Oh yeah, Deadpool is merged with the other symbiotes while having.
Oh, he's
well,
hired to find them basically, and then he gets
Yeah.
infected. Because I didn't know if
Yep.
they just ran into him randomly. I didn't know the context.
Yeah.
Who needs context when you got Deadpool?
Yeah.
Well, Deadpool just shows up. He doesn't really care. Like you don't need
Yep.
no TVA explanation. He just shows up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Still,
Deadpool
my only
for
complaint about that movie is that it is heavy. Like I know that it's not necessary, but again, like I do like the joke that he says, "mean Goliath from Loki, season 1, episode 5." So that's kind of like I guess you can count that as a subtle making fun of that TV show. The fact that the homework mentality type of thing I always complain about.
Oh yeah.
wait, you said Hallmark mentality?
Homework mentality, like the fact that like if you didn't watch Loki TV show, you wouldn't know what Goliath was, and that's the whole joke. Is that like you mean Goliath from Loki season 1, episode 5? Like I think that's a joke, like making fun of the fact that no one's watched Loki if they've only seen the Deadpool movies.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I hate
Yep.
like listen, I loved the MCU and I liked a lot of the connectivity stuff, but the problem is that they over relied on it. But I'm getting off topic. Sorry.
No problem.
I
Let's
keep
continue.
always apologizing. I have this impulse. You know?
Don't
Yeah,
worry
I
about it,
know.
man. Whatever
Yeah.
whatever comes up, comes up.
I have ADHD, so
Yeah. Anyway, and I gotta. Instead of becoming one entity as hybrid as they did before, the four symbiotes partly bonded with Deadpool and became a composite monster with Deadpool in full control, despite the extra voice in his head. Lasher and Deadpool went after Carnage, who was at Carrington Cottage Psychiatric Hospital, torturing staff and patients with Shriek. As Lasher attacked Carnage, Deadpool tricked Shriek to get Carnage alone, then managed to trick Carnage into taking out Shriek, which drove Carnage into giving himself up. In the end, Deadpool gave up the other symbiotes to Lasher and asked the dog to bring them back to the government in hopes they'll be able to take care of them. Next up, in the thrall of Null. Following Null's awakening, Lasher and the other Life Foundation symbiotes succumbed to his control when the German Shepherd was founded by a young girl named Sadie, whose family was falling apart. Lasher and its brethren separated from each other and took over Sadie's family to grant her wish that they'll be able to stay together, with Lasher busting to herself.
yeah, I don't think for long. Like unless if they are like good hosts, then I don't see that family lasting very long. That's pretty dark. They're gonna probably like. I'm not saying they're gonna kill the girl, but come on, comics get away with a lot of dark stuff. So let me ask you this: like, do symbiotes always need to be sucking on organs? Like, I don't understand.
Oh, yeah.
Sucking on organs?
My stupid comment that I typed in the chat earlier. Why is it popping up suddenly? That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, the symbiotes just feed off whatever the host feeds off of, I imagine.
So, like, if they disconnect from that family eventually, are they gonna die? Like, I don't know. I know this. I'm thinking too much of it, but
well, no, that's just the base mechanics of how the symbiotes work. Yeah, they need nutrients.
So I'm saying, like, unless if Spider-Man or somebody comes around, I don't know if that family's gonna make it because this story. Like, I'm not saying this story is overly dark, but it sounds like.
Well, to answer your question, if I were a symbiote, right? I'd chill on a really, whatever host I can find. If I see a stronger one, I just wait for him to bump into him or sneeze on him or whatever.
But is it fatal if they jump off from one host to the next? Like, I don't know how long a symbiote before the effects of a symbiote start weighing down on a host. I don't know how the specifics are.
Depends on the host, is the host's constitution. Obviously, since Spider-Man has fucking superpowers, like
Venom's
like, yeah, this
with a
is
super
sweet.
strength, it ain't gonna be like. And I'm not saying that the host will die necessarily, even if they aren't superhuman. But I'm just, like, I'm only going off the fact that I watched those Venom movies. Sorry.
You're apologizing for watching Venom?
No, I'm apologizing for not knowing any knowledge because I haven't read any comics.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I'm just going off the base of research and also what Sony decided to put in those movies. Like the mechanics and everything. Yeah, but anyway, let's get back on top. Oh wait, I was.
Sorry.
Oh wow.
I really wish I was able to get my fawful icon on here. My stupid computer, I don't know what it was. I was trying to save it onto a file, but it kept saying not showing up. I don't know what it was. Hey, where did the other guy go? The Knight. What was his name again?
Frostfang?
Yeah, what happened? Like, he still hasn't been able to reconnect?
I don't know. But on that note, Jira, there's a chap in the chat, Noise Pollution, who's wondering if him and his honey
yeah. You want to invite him?
Sure thing. Let me get them aboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he a person that follows you? I don't know who he is.
Yeah, he is.
He's a real legit motherfucker from down south.
Yeah, he joined. He and the other joined me for the Beverly
Hills.
We are
Noise pollution.
Yep. Yeah, let's continue.
Or they.
All right.
I'm really bad at puns.
Yeah. They were forced to serve Carnage under the threat of death and attacked Dylan, Brock, Normie Osborn, and the Maker. Slasher took on the Maker before it could kill him. The Maker grabbed a sonic gun and blasted the Slasher symbiote off of its host. The Maker tried to kill Sadie before Slasher could rebond her, but Riot, Agony, and Phase stopped him. Sleeper appeared just in time. Okay, let's get them on.
All right, so the girl doesn't know that. Thank goodness.
Welcome, guys.
Hi, everybody.
So is this Noise Pollution?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Noise Pollution. Or at least
who's the dog?
That's my channel name. So.
Okay.
So. So that's what I go by. Is easier that way to have one name all around. And Elijah is the other voices on my channel.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys.
So okay.
All right. Let's continue.
Let's get back to the article or the page.
Yeah.
Welcome, Noise and Alley.
Oh, okay.
Headphones on.
Yeah. Sleeper appeared just in time to save Dylan.
We are Sergeant Rising.
Yeah, but the Maker managed to put it all along with the other symbiotes under containment. However, Normie and Dylan decided to flee, afraid of what the Maker could do to them. In order to escape, Dylan tried to use firearms on him, but it ended up freeing the symbiote except for Sleeper. The 4 Life Foundation symbiotes forcibly bonded him the Maker and remerged into Hybrid, attempting to get Dylan's codex. Unfortunately, the Thing, Wolverine, Captain America, and Spider-Man arrived and kept Hybrid occupied. Dylan freed Sleeper and used his power to control the symbiote, dousing him in napalm. Hawkeye shot a flaming arrow at Hybrid, seemingly killing the symbiote. When
Sure.
Null invaded Earth,
The 4 live found in symbiotes. Well, sorry, is something wrong?
were sent to hunt down Dylan Brock and came into conflict with their estranged sister Scream, who had bonded to Andy Benton. They merged into Hybrid and remote piloted by Mull attempted to simulate the Scream symbiote, but were blown apart by Hellfire conjured by Andy's Helmar. With Andy assuming that
Who's Andy? I'm sorry for interrupting.
Andy
Who's Andy?
Andy Benton.
Is he a superhero? Like, I don't understand.
Oh, he was a symbiote called Silence.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Continue then.
Yep.
Sorry, I keep interrupting.
Back to work.
Like, I know we've been over this.
How dare you?
How dare I interrupt?
Yeah.
Over
I
here
really need
hijacking
to
Jared's stream on his birthday? God damn, man, had you no shame?
Look at this. I'm the only one brave enough to have a camera on me.
Yeah, that's because
very
I'm shy.
nice. You're more man than I.
I
But I'm
initially had
not.
YouTube shorts where I showed my face and I was like doing like music related stuff, but I don't have those anymore, obviously.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago before I posted my YouTube shorts that I have now. I've basically been a YouTuber for like half a year, basically. It feels like 2 or 3 years, even though it's only been half a year. Or no, it's been almost a full year actually.
I've been doing it for 8 months.
And you've been keeping track on me? Oh, that's cool.
And I've just been spinning in place, getting damn near
Yeah,
nowhere.
Yeah.
Wait, you're a YouTuber? I'm confused.
Yeah,
he is.
Around on YouTube.
What's your name again? Oh yeah, pollution, noise
12
pollution, noise pollution.
YouTuber.
Man, I have short-term memory loss like Dory sometimes. We all do. Sometimes.
Well, I think
Okay.
my fish have longer
Okay.
memories than I do.
Carnage.
Hey, fun fact, even though they don't got eyelids, they still sleep.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy. Like, but there is a certain fish. I don't know which fish it is, but there's a fish where they have to swim no matter what, or else they die. Like, I don't understand why that. But it's not for every fish, obviously. But I don't know what the name of the fish is. But they have to sleep while they're moving, which is kind of.
You mean sharks?
No, not. I don't. Well, no. There's a certain fish that has to be moving ever since it's born, or else it'll die for some reason. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah,
But
I've heard of that too, but I don't remember the fish's name.
Which shark? I know that there's some sharks that have eyelids, but some don't. So, like, there's so many breeds of fish. But yeah, like, there obviously dolphins have eyelids, but a lot of fish don't.
Huh? Sharks, teeth. Venom has teeth.
Yeah.
Venom.
I'm so confused why Sony hasn't tried having a part in one of their movies where Venom finds a shark host. That'd be funny.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Okay, I'm not really familiar with Pokemon, so I'm wondering how you say the host name here.
You're doing comparisons. Never mind. I thought you were joking.
No. I believe the pronunciation is Giratina.
Is this involving Pokemon?
Oh,
okay. Another reason I bring him up is unless I'm mistaken, I think he's anxious to get back on track.
Ha 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 ha.
I mean, that was the intention. So where are we at in the Venom Lord here? I feel like we've been kind of jumping.
So,
here we are. Extreme
did
Carnage.
you scroll? Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, after being freed from Null's control, the Lasher symbiote was separated from the rest of its siblings for an unknown amount of time until it ended up in a nursing home where it decided to bond to an elderly man with severe dementia. When Lasher heard Carnage's call, it enveloped its host and began killing everyone it encountered, but flatly refused to join Carnage's side, telling Carnage to leave it and and its host alone. Left with no choice, Carnage dragged the consciousness of Lasher's host into the hive mind and deceived him using the visage of the old man's wife, saying it would help him fill in the gaps of his memories if he did what Carnage told him. Despite Lasher's attempt to warn him that it was a trick, the old man, William, obeyed Carnage and set off on a cross-country trek. After several days of travel, William realized that Carnage had cheated him and decided to take his own life. But it was told by Lasher that his body had already died upon arrival
Don't
at
you
the
dare
Lincoln
compare
Memorial.
Diddy to
Lasher
most
separated
decent
from
people.
William's corpse to come to terms with corruption during time.
By the
Taking
way,
a minute,
I'll say it later. Continue reading.
Well, now you gotta say it. You already screeched us to a halt again. You might as well get it out, man.
All right, so why didn't people assume that he was a what with that type of name, P Diddy? Like that's the most obvious name ever. Why didn't people think of that? Seriously,
That
Like,
is a
seriously,
very
man.
good
if
question.
you
Yeah,
if you
like
think
PDF file.
Yeah.
Right.
P Diddy is that's the most outlandish name I've ever heard. Why didn't people assume that years ago?
You ever hear about the egg test you'd have people do?
Oh no! No!
Is it something gross? You know what? Don't bring it up.
No.
Let's.
Mm-mm.
Hey, you know
See, when
who
you
else
find
has?
the
Hey,
egg and you find
hey,
the
hey,
little worm.
you know who else has from an egg? Venom.
Oh yeah.
Where are we at
Yeah.
here?
Well, like
okay,
do symbiotes
right here.
come from eggs? Like I don't know how their biology works.
Yeah, Venom
No.
gets up in people like P. Diddy did.
Oh,
Carnage didn't come
ew,
from an
that's
egg. He came from
wrong. That
Venom.
is so wrong.
All the orifices.
So
Yep.
depending on the comic continuity, does Carnage just come from Venom accidentally spreading himself, or does he come from it? Like I don't know
He's a separate entity. He's a separate symbiote.
But what I'm asking
Yes.
is how in the most continuities he accidentally leaves a piece of him behind and it becomes Carnage when he latches on to Cletus Cassidy. So I'm just asking because
Oh yeah.
Right.
so therefore not all symbiotes necessarily come from eggs, right?
No, my guess would be they asexually reproduce. The egg thing was just
Yeah, their
my
alien biology has it where they can reproduce asexually, basically.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
believe that's the rub, yeah.
Plants do asexual reproduction, so therefore, yeah. They're not plants. The symbiotes aren't plants, but I'm just saying a comparison.
Okay.
Let's get
Now,
back on topic.
taking a member of Friends of Humanity as its next loss, Lasher was later seen at the stadium where Senator Peter Crane was holding a rally disparaging the president. When Carnage killed Peter Crane, Lasher, along with Phage and Agony, transformed and started attacking the crowd. With the arrival of Sleeper, Lasher expressed concern that they might lose a battle and bickered with Agony. As Agent Anti-Venom arrived along with Toxin and Silence, Lasher was shot by Agent Venom before being engaged by Toxin. Lasher demanded to know why the Toxin symbiote had refused to join Carnage's hive, given that it was the original Carnage symbiote progeny. Toxin rebuking it for following the serial killer's orders. When Carnage transformed into a symbiote dragon and rescued Agony before flying away, Lasher and Phage expressed despair at being abandoned. Alchemax guardsmen subdued the remaining symbiotes, including Lex, and they were separated from their host by silent symbiote and put in containment at Alchemax astrobiology lab. Yep. Yeah, you could say Venom is like a plant and fungus like a mushroom.
And you know who
Yeah,
else is kind of like
That's
Venom?
what I was gonna say.
Right.
No, Sauron from the Rings of Power.
Oh
damn
yeah,
it.
that scene where he was
That-
a blob.
Like
of
a way to
goo and
make
stuff.
a
Yeah.
character look less powerful and kind of ruin. Like if Sauron's going to survive a stabbing, he ain't going to turn to it. Like he would just see the whole idea about Sauron is he's not a physical entity. He just takes a physical form. He's actually like a force of nature beyond.
So yeah, he'd just pull the knife out and be chill. Like he wouldn't need to like.
And also,
oh god, I must
he wouldn't be
melt and
taking that
reform.
spirit form from that flashback. He would be taking the form of like his similar to like what he would be like at the battle. You know what I mean, of the movie.
Yeah, isn't it like Venom is a product of this godlike being?
So the whole thing about Noah is he's actually isn't he like a recent creation, like a 2015 comics?
He definitely was made after Venom was.
Here's the thing though, like I was mentioning earlier that Noel is both interesting but also, I mean, I'm not saying that like this is the case. Like I don't literally say every Marvel continuity is all a literal multiverse, but what I'm trying to say is Noel in the continuity of the new comics, like he's cool, but like don't like I don't know. I go back and forth, you know what I mean, thinking he's cool.
Sounds like you're having a existential crisis with yourself
I
over
have
this.
existential crisis about everything, to be honest. But
That's fair.
like he's cool and all, but what I'm saying is like do you personally like the idea of a symbiote creator, or do you think that
No.
symbiotes should just be aliens?
I think that's fine. Them just being one
Super
distinct
hive
being in
mind,
the
kind
multiverse.
of like the
Well, no,
upside
well,
down from Stranger Things, basically.
I don't know. I haven't watched Stranger Things, but
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I didn't. No. It's good. I just, yeah, Null as a concept, I'm not a huge fan of.
I like
I'd
the
have to
idea of a
read.
symbiote sword, but I don't like the idea of a god of the symbiotes. Like why do they need a god? And also, if he's a, is he kind of, so like I have a lot of questions. Like you know how like Darkseid and DC has variants of himself. So is no like beyond time and space, or does he have like obviously even with being outside time and space, gods like Darkseid from DC can have variants. But I'm just saying like.
Well,
Is he like one entity, or is he spread across existence? Like I'm just like what I'm saying is like this
I,
character
I
seems a
think
bit
it would
too
depend
OP,
on the
to be honest.
writer. But it seems to be a thing that Marvel likes to do now. I mean, of course, there's the
Like I
deity.
cannot buy the fact that did you see that stupid rumor that they are saying that Galactus in the MCU has no variants? I'm like, but wait, what about the Fantastic Four movies from Tim Story? Like he was a cloud in that, so it can't be
Dude, if you're looking for like justification for the Marvel canon right now, you're not gonna find it. I'm gonna be real with
That's
you.
what I'm saying is that like I don't even take the plot of Devil Wolverine seriously. I really hope the Anchor Being thing isn't canonized. I just see that as a plot device. I don't see it as canon. Like
Can anyone
even
hear
though
me?
that and like a part of me doesn't really mind the joke in the beginning of the movie of desecrating the corpse of Logan because I don't really consider that even canon to the movie. It's just a fun turn your brain off movie. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know who else desecrates corpses?
Who?
Venom.
Venom.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. You mean corpses and hosts?
No, I mean he eats like dead people.
Well, he sometimes he just eats people alive, like they're not already dead. Like it just depends, really.
So really, they turn into a corpse mid-bite.
Well, point is that he eats people and sometimes just eats their heads because he needs that brain matter or chocolate, depending on the continuity.
Yeah, of course. But can we please finish?
Like I know people don't like the comedy in those movies, but I legit think that the some of the comedy works, like the chocolate thing, like, and it kind of makes sense. Like it actually is a fun fact that whatever that thing he needs that are inside brains is inside chocolate. So yeah.
Anyway, can we get back?
Sorry to be off topic. Let's get back.
No, Gira.
I'm not.
We are talking about brain chocolates, okay?
Life is like a box of brains.
Oh. Anyway, the symbiote was later stolen by Corwin Jones, who merged it with other strains from Scream, Agony, Riot, Phage, and Toxin symbiotes to form the Madness symbiote. A strain harvested from the symbiote was bonded to a brain-dead human cyborg by Jones's employer, the Life Foundation, to create an obedient super soldier. The host was later killed by Spider-Man, leaving the symbiote strain to be secured by Alchemax.
All right, so I'm following along with this plot, but it just seems like an endless amount. Like, and then this happens, and then this happens. Sorry, no offense.
Well, that's the consequence of like reading a wiki without the context of the source material. I think
this is not giving much detail. Like, no offense, but this wiki is just like it's like when you're looking up a plot summary on Wikipedia for a movie.
Oh,
but this is for a comic series, and No offense.
No problem. Anyway,
Oh man, look, an ad for Mario and Luigi. That's more interesting than this article. Ha 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 ha.
I mean, it looks like a good game.
Funny.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I was really worried they were never gonna make another game, but yeah, like obviously it's not Alpha Dream making it, but it is some developers that used to work there. So I like the art style. You know, the only problem with it is that it, like, even with the good art style, it looks kind of still like it looks too not like the older games. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
I
do you mean?
don't know what you're talking about, Johnny.
You're not speaking my language.
Do you understand the words that coming out of my Italian mouth?
Italian?
I don't know. I'm just making up stuff.
I
I was mixing the words from Chris Tucker with Italian for some stupid reason.
So, Chris
cringe.
Tucker, was he in Venom?
Oh wait, what? Sorry, who? Riot?
No, he wasn't.
Who was in?
Moving on to
No, Chris
Riot.
Tucker wasn't in Venom. I was talking about. I was quoting the Rush Hour quote. You know, like, do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? You know that movie?
Oh yeah, I remember that movie.
And then I think Medea does a. You know Medea, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, Medea does a Chris Tucker type thing. Like, do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? Yeah, you know.
I've actually never watched the Medea one.
There's like 13 movies. They get progressively more wacky, but that's the kind of the fun of it. There's literally no plot in those movies. Well, the weird thing is they start out so serious, but then later it's like Tapper is like, people don't care about this drama crap.
Well,
So
it's like a black movie, isn't it?
you ever heard of the? They're all black movies, dude. What are you talking about?
The Medea. I mean, isn't it like
Medea?
predominantly black?
So it's like he plays Medea. Tyler Perry plays Medea. He plays Uncle Joe, the brother who's always like sitting on his ass all the time.
Well, you know, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But if it is what I'm thinking
You're gonna have to
of,
look. If you're gonna, by the way, you don't have to watch them in any order. There's literally no continuity between the movies. So,
oh, don't worry, I'll never have that problem because I ain't touching those fucking movies with 1,000-foot pole, man.
yeah,
Nope.
yeah. They're not cinema. They're just there.
Got
But
Martin
they have their
Scorsese
moments,
over here.
but yeah, they are.
well, you know, when a
cringe.
movie comes out with a strong black presence, you know, I get the message. It's not for me.
Hey, listen, man, nothing's meant for us anymore, especially if you're not a 9-year-old, according to Jack Black.
Oh, fuck Jack
This
Black,
is
right?
very
Jack
true.
Black and Mark Hamill are starting to getting on my nerves lately. It's like Jack. I used to like those two actors. We all did. Well,
yeah. Then they started being more honest about who they were, and
Hey,
that's what happened.
if you're a fan of Minecraft and you don't like that Minecraft movie trailer, I highly recommend. Have you heard of Block by Block? Watch the trailer for that.
Nope. I've seen it. It's good.
Yeah, like seriously, like they keep giving it. Hollywood keeps giving more reasons why they need to stop not hiring fans for these properties. I hate it.
Well, I mean, I think it's more important that you're competent at your job rather than that you're a fan. But ideally, we need
obviously
both.
a fan's not going to make something good. But I'm saying that like people that put effort into stuff like for a YouTube series, it's like, yeah.
All right. Can we please move on to Riot now? We know he was.
Wait, so what's the name of the Earth? Sony Universe Earth?
Oh,
Earth what?
Oh, Earth 6882.
I think that name got created when Across the Spider-Verse had that cameo from Mrs. Chan. I think so. I think that's where that comes from. I could be wrong though. I don't know.
Anyway, can we move on to Riot now, Parker?
Well, what'd you say?
All right. Okay, Riot. We know he was one of the 5 symbiotes from the Life Foundation, and he so far served as the villain for the first Venom movie because he kind of looks like Venom, but he blue.
Yeah, but like seriously, I understand that he's supposed to be blue, but he looks just like a carbon copy. Like that's the problem with that final act of that movie is like you can't really tell half the time because especially if it's dark.
Yeah.
It's a problem that a lot of superhero movies have had.
Wait. Is Riot exclusive to the Venom movie, or is he?
No, he's in the comics. But But they didn't do much with him in that movie, unfortunately.
No,
He's
it just
supposed to
shows
be
up and
blue.
dies.
He's not supposed to be black. He's supposed to be blue, but the movie makes him only be in dark scenes that you can't tell he's actually supposed to be blue. Venom
He's
is
said to be
black, but Riot is blue actually.
Yeah.
I hate it when they
Also-
do that in movies.
Well, in the comics, they would often highlight the black with blue colors.
Yeah.
So it probably didn't
So,
translate over well, but they should
I
have
don't
had
know how
people
they
in
would have
charge
made
that
it
knew
look
what they were doing.
obvious in live action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
F
So what's-
Jack Black.
let's-
I was looking at the chat.
So what's Riot's deal, Jira?
He's a symbiote.
yeah.
No, I know. I just want to hear it from Jira.
I know. I'm
In
just
the
joking.
comics, Riot's first host in the comics was a security guard named Trevor Cole from the Life Foundation.
Oh,
But
he
in
was
the
a
movie,
security guard on the alien planet.
Yeah, in the comic from the
Oh,
Life
wait, are
Foundation.
you talking about his host? Or you talking about the actual symbiote? Sorry,
Well,
I'm interrupting. I get carried
Riot's
away.
original host from the comics was named Trevor Cole, who worked for the Life Foundation. In the comics.
Oh, so yeah.
here-
Yeah, I was joking about him being a janitor or guard or something on the planet.
Yeah. In the movie, he was his main host
Was Carlton Drake. Like, wait,
Yeah.
he's not supposed to get first. He's supposed to be the guard guy you're talking about.
Right. Anyway, born to
Well,
British
technically,
parents.
he says he's an old lady for 6
Bruh,
months in that
bruh.
movie.
Let Jira go. Let him do his thing.
Sorry,
No problem.
I was just being
Born to
silly.
British parents, Dr. Carlton Drake was a genius interpreter and visionary who, by the age of 24, had developed revolutionary gene therapies and was the CEO of the Life Foundation, a corporation dedicated to the advancement of humanity. However, Drake's ambitions led him to sanction and conduct unethical experiments to achieve the Life Foundation's advances. Concerned that climate change would render the Earth's uninhabitability and believing space to be the solution for humanity's problems, Drake financed the construction of several deep space probes in order to find a way for humans to survive the planets aside from Earth. When one of the probes came across a comet teeming up with amorphous extraterrestrial creatures, Drake recovered 4 of them and brought them to Earth. After one of the creatures escaped containment and caused the shuttle to collapse, Drake recovered the remaining 3, terming them symbiotes due to their need to bond to a host, and began experimenting on them. In the wake of the shuttle crash, Drake conducted an interview with investigative reporter Eddie Brock, but when Eddie confronted him with allegations regarding the Life Foundation's elect experiments, Drake shut the interview down and saw to it that Brock's career and that of his fiancée Anne Wang, whose wedding, a lawyer whose firm worked for the Life Foundation, were terminated. When Dr. Doris Garth succeeded in bonding one of the symbiotes to a rabbit, Drake immediately ordered for human testing to begin, abducting homeless people who wouldn't be missed. When the lab was broken into and one of the symbiotes escaped, Drake sent Roland Terrence, the Life Foundation's head of security, to hunt it down. Discovering Dr. Sturth had been involved, Drake persuaded her to tell him who she let into the lab so that he could save them. But after she told him it was Eddie Brock, he infected her with one of the symbiotes, though she proved an incapable host and died. After the inattentiveness of his scientists led to the 2 remaining symbiotes perishing, Drake became increasingly desperate to bring Eddie in alive while wandering the halls of the Life Foundation's lab. Drake was confronted by a young girl who was the host of the escaped symbiote Riot. Riot bonded to Drake, who agreed to help it bring more of its kind to Earth, corresponding with his own desire to harvest more symbiotes from the comet. When Eddie was captured, Drake and Riot were outraged to learn that he'd separated from Venom, the Venom symbiote, and refused to divulge its location. Drake told Trace to dispose of Eddie while prepared a second Life Foundation probe for launch. When his launch crew refused to obey orders, Riot transformed Drake and killed them. Venom, who had rescued Eddie, confronted Riot and refused to obey his orders, leading the 2 symbiotes and their hosts fighting to the death. Separated from Riot by Anne, Drake and Eddie brawled on the launch platform. Hang on. Oh. Hang on. before Eddie managed to catch Drake monologuing and knocked him off. The Riot symbiote rebonded to Drake, and Riot impaled Eddie through the chest, leaving him for dead. Riot boarded the rocket, but the Venom symbiote saved Eddie, and Venom used the arm blade to puncture the rocket's fuel tank, causing the rocket's liquid fuel to spill out. The liquid fuel in turn contracted the burning and superheated engines to the rocket, thus exploding. The blast from the explosion and the burning leaked fuel also rupturing the tank, the engines, and mostly the structural elements of the rocket, and killing Riot and Drake in the process. And that's
Boosh!
Wah, wah, wah.
yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
He got blowed
Yeah.
up.
What a way,
Yeah.
what a embarrassing
Yeah.
way to die.
Yeah, and he
I
had a
gotta-
nice
I gotta
life,
agree.
too.
At least with Carnage in the second movie, he went out in a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would hope so, but like,
Yeah. Listen, I'm not someone who thinks everything needs to be rated R, but come on, if you're gonna have Carnage in a movie, at least make the movie rated R.
Yeah, I agree, Parker.
And I don't
Well-
think I don't even think that Venom needs to always be rated R too, but I'm saying that like Venom I think can be rated R, but Carnage definitely should be rated R. Like I know he was in the cartoons and everything, and you can still push the ratings and everything, but the point is that if you're gonna have Carnage in live action, you do not need to water him down, even if it's a PG-13 movie and he's a villain.
well, because he's not Carnage at that point.
Carnage-
Ultra violence is a part of
yeah, that's what I'm
Carnage's
saying, is that,
identity.
like,
It's what
Venom
defines him.
works for Spider-Man.
But
comics,
hold on a sec. I think Allie wanted to bring something up.
yeah.
Well, it seems to me that this being the symbiotes and everything like that, they are a very aggressive entity in themselves.
Yeah, because
So,
they're
Yeah,
they're technically not
Let her
evil
finish,
animals,
bro.
They're parasites.
yeah. Well, it would seem to me that whatever they took over, they would seem like a
Have the
warring kind
personalities
of
of
the
them?
thing going on, between one and the other.
So like Clea Cassidy is a
Uh-huh.
serial killer, so obviously like and at least with Eddie Brock, even though Eddie Brock starts out as a jerk, he's not purely evil unlike Cletus. He's just that he has emotional issues.
Yeah, and
Uh-huh.
what would happen?
Although if you're talking
somebody,
about Topher Grace, then he's just psychotic for no reason.
yeah,
No
Well,
reason.
like
he
what
got
would
his whole
happen if,
he got his whole career shit canned by
And
Spider-Man.
then he goes and thinks God's gonna get our sniper gun from heaven and shoot Peter in the head.
Jesus, if you could just please kill Peter Parker, that would be so tight.
Yeah, God's like,
yeah.
sure, man. It's like that, that Family Guy skit where it makes his God, please kill me. And then God shows up with a shotgun, and then he gets a phone call like, yeah, what is it? I'm busy right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
But
skit?
Allie was right in that symbiotes, they feed off the nature of the person they're attached to.
like
like-
whatever the host's DNA and everything. Yeah.
Well, no, not just their DNA, their impulses. Like they are
Yeah,
when a
yeah,
symbiote
obviously they're
binds. No,
emotional
let me
impulses.
finish.
Yeah.
When a symbiote binds to you, it's not just like embodying you physically; it's embodying you mentally and like 100%. It.
Oh,
So
of course.
because Brock has this fucking obsession with Spider-Man, now the symbiote has an obsession with Spider-Man.
Yes.
Because they are the same.
Well, I
mean,
guess
they're
it's kind
different,
of like
but still the same.
when someone gets on meth. At first, it's all great and it makes their life super great, and they feel like how could they ever get by without it? And then after a while, they're a shell of their former selves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
oh my God, I just
true.
had a thought.
What?
Yeah.
What if one of these symbiotes got a hold of a transformer?
Are you
know,
talking about the
That would
robots?
be-
They would be very confused. They wouldn't know
No,
what gender they
Well,
were
I
or
don't think
anything.
a trans person.
Transformers are robots, so they're not organic
No,
necessarily.
no. I'm not talking about the robots.
What?
Oh.
What?
Like an actual, like a tranny.
The robot.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you? Oh.
Okay.
That's pretty good,
shit,
Alex.
you got that
Pretty
from
good.
me. I
Okay,
got
now you're just tripping.
in the habit of calling them Transformers. You know, more than meets the eye.
You know, there's technically a Transformer in Rise of the Beasts.
Fuck
Are you
sakes.
serious?
I hate. Seriously,
Oh
it does
no.
not add anything to the story. Sorry, I'm getting off topic.
I mean, you're right though. It doesn't. But yeah, Allie, like
That's why I'm
I'm
so
Okay.
yeah. Sorry,
I'm
I'll
assuming
wait.
if go on.
That's why I'm really dreading the next Predator movie. I don't know if you know Predator. You know the Predator movies, right? There's a new Predator movie coming out, Predator Badlands, and the plot the synopsis has been leaked, and apparently it's just going to be the Acolyte, where it's about two non-binary twins. I'm like, F you, Disney. You keep ruining every franchise you buy.
Well,
Seriously, look it up. I don't want to get into
Predator.
that.
honestly, that sucks. But the last Predator movie was literally recontextualized the Predators to be hunting autism.
No.
That was the
You're
whole
not
thing.
thinking of the recent one with the that was in 2018.
Okay.
But be honest
No,
with you,
I know that they're two separate projects, but I'm saying like that's the level of storytelling that you're gonna
well,
get
the
from a Predator
franchise, in
movie
my
now.
opinion, hasn't had a good movie since 2010. So,
Predators?
like, I don't know if you like the movie Predators, but that
I
movie
will.
I thought was pretty good.
No, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Adrian Brody was pretty fucking sweet in it.
Yeah, and here's the thing: is that I like the first Alien versus Predator, despite being PG-13. But F Requiem, that movie is just outright terrible. Don't watch Requiem. The first Alien versus Predator was pretty fun, though.
I couldn't make it
Yeah.
through Requiem.
Yeah.
I saw.
Oh yeah, Requiem is terrible. I couldn't get barely through it either. That movie is just they try to make up for the fact like, oh, it's finally R-rated, but they just like, why the excessive violence? Like, seriously, it's just stupid. It's just a bad
So Venom.
movie. Talking about Venom.
Wait,
Next
wait.
thing you know, Venom's gonna be spouting black
Venom
light.
versus Venomorph. Like,
Yeah.
why hasn't that been a comic yet? Venom versus Spawn, because Spawn's technically Venom, but from hell.
No, I do not accept this. I'm sorry.
Todd McFarlane created Spawn and Venom, and he
Yeah.
technically created Spawn because he couldn't get the rights to Venom, so he created I don't know if Spawn's literally like a symbiote from hell. I'm just making jokes here.
Well, actually, now that you mention it, he does have that armor that like
So, like,
basically
is
lives on his
Spawn,
body.
like,
So I
is
see
the
where
whole
you're.
thing
I
that
see where you're
Spawn-
going with that.
So I don't know much about Spawn, but is Spawn possessed by a demon, or is he just looks like that?
No, he's
Possessed by it.
he's an enforcer for a demon.
Yeah. He worked like the main villain is a demon. What I'm asking is like he's not like formed with something supernatural. It's just he just looks like that. Like he's not like a symbiote.
Well, again, he looks like that because he has the hell armor shit.
Yeah.
like,
Obviously,
That's a part of the package.
if he's like Deadpool, where if he takes that off, he looks hideous.
Yeah, he's all
Because he
blistery and
gets
fucked up.
effed up when he dies.
Uh-huh.
And he looks like that in hell, basically. And he like Venom is obviously Venom is only anti-hero sometimes, but Spawn is an anti-hero, basically.
Anyway,
What's up,
to
Alex?
continue, guys.
Didn't Keith David voice him in the cartoon?
Yes. Well, what's
I need
up,
to watch
Alex?
that show.
If
Here,
only I.
good.
Anyway,
What?
can we please continue?
What's going on? What'd you
Can
say?
we please continue?
The host is talking, man.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
sorry,
Yeah,
man.
I like-
I'm sorry for distracting. Man, I really need to stop
No
saying stuff.
worries, Parker. I like to focus on Agony and
All right,
one
let's
of
get
her
to
recent
Agony.
hosts. Yeah, this was her recent host. Her name Gemma Shin. Her recent host. We all know who her first host was. That was one of the Life Foundation security guards who was then killed by Scream, who was having psychotic episodes and stuff. But this is her recent host named Gemma Shin. Now I'd like to start with her history. Becoming Agony. Gemma Shin was the Deputy Communications Director of Senator Peter Crane. So much of her annoyance, she was often treated more like an assistant. Barred from attending an important meeting, Gemma was sent to get some coffee by one of her sexist co-workers and witnessed Null's symbiote invasion. In the aftermath, she found herself bonded to the Agony symbiote and began working with Peter Crane on his Friends of Humanity campaign, eventually being promoted to his chief communications director. Now for the extreme Carnage part. At some point over the following weeks, Gemma and Agony willingly joined Carnage's hive, making a deal with the psychotic killer in exchange for their help. Gemma went to spy on Hank, who was working undercover for Flash Thompson, but she and Agnes decided against reporting him to Crane. At the suggestion of Senator Crane's son Arthur, the only one of her male colleagues to treat her with respect, Gemma went out for a run to relax and clear her thoughts. Gemma was accosted and threatened by a trio of muggers, but transformed into Agony and ate them. After returning to Senator Crane's office the next day, Gemma was openly mocked by her co-workers, but Arthur stood up for her, secretly informed her that he was planning to run in opposition to his father. Gemma agreed to support him if he did so. While using some of the would-be mugger's body parts to decorate her house, Gemma was contracted by Carnage and affirmed her in Agony's loyalty to his cause. During the President's Memorial for the people killed in the symbiote invasion, Gemma, Agony, and the other symbiotes got ready to assassinate Senator Crane during his speech, watching as Arthur transformed into Carnage and mortally wounded Hank. During Peter Crane's anti-alien speech, Gemma and Lasher locked the gates to the arena and prepared to transform. After Arthur killed his father on stage, Agony and the other symbiotes transformed and started to attack the crowd when the symbiote heroes arrived to help. Lasher expressed concern they might lose, but Agony said they'd already done what they came to do, which was scare the crowd in front of the cameras. Agony then fought silence, with Gemma's symbiote being enraged when it sensed the symbiote was made from screams remained. When Iron Man attempted to assist the heroes with his extremity armor, a symbiote dragon mutated by Extremis. Carnage was separated from Arthur, but then assimilated the symbiote and escaped with Agony while the other symbiotes were captured. After Arthur Crane took the position of his father as senator, Gemma and Agony were sent by Carnage to keep an eye on him and ensure he remained loyal to Carnage's cause. Having grown addicted to the power of the Carnage symbiote granted him, Arthur lamented to Gemma that he missed the Carnage symbiote, begging to know if it was going to return to him. Gemma admitted that she doesn't know what Carnage had planned, but asked Arthur if he was willing to prove himself by swearing fealty to Carnage's hive. Arthur kneeling before her and saying he'd do anything Carnage wanted. Now for the Thunderbolts. Despite the Friends of Humanity outwardly anti-symbiote policies, as part of Senator Crane's partnership with Mayor Wilson Fisk, Gemma and the Agony symbiote were dispatched to join Fisk's Thunderbolts and take part in his campaign to eliminate all superheroes. Gemma and Agony helped the unit thwart an attack by the Humanitarian Liberation Movement terrorist organization on the Met Gala. Gemma and Agony later swabbed with their teammates out of boredom and to eat whiplash when a brawl broke out, only relenting when Fisk threatened to kill them all. Wow. After the Thunderbolts gained a new leader in John Walker, the U.S. agent, Gemma and Agony tried to follow him, claiming that he was hiding something. During one of Fisk's big campaign events, a mysterious villain named Conviction possessed the crowd of civilians, forcing them to attack the mayor. Gemma and Agony protected the mayor and later helped cleanse Walker when he was infected by the villain. Agony and the rest of the team were later ordered to go after the Purple Man's children and kidnap them. During their mission, they confronted the champion. When Fisk sent supercharged Purple Man to New York, Gemma and Agony fought with the rest of the Thunderbolts against the opposing small army of superheroes. Though they were defeated after the heroes managed to stop Purple Man and Fisk escaped. Gemma and Agony were arrested alongside their teammates, with the attempted jailbreak being thwarted by the new Thunderbolt team that was assembled by Mayor Luke Cage, the Fifth. Gemma and Agony were placed in the Myrmidon and kept in check with an inhibitor collar. They were broken out by Daredevil. Oh, I can still keep this going. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm not worried. But can we go back to the bit where it said that Agony decorated her house with like the body parts of her victims?
Oh, that.
I just that sentence like stuck with me, especially because Halloween and everything.
Oh, this.
And those were just the dudes she fucked up in the park, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the sentence you were looking for. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I guess she just did that as a flex to Carnage to be like, look, I'm down with the cause of being
Hey
fucked
guys,
up
I'm
and
back.
evil.
Sorry.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, I accidentally got out by mistake. I was trying to see if I could try the Fawful thing again. It didn't work out, obviously.
Well, good to have you back, man. Are we at the end of Agony's origin?
I don't know.
Almost.
I wasn't paying attention.
I was asking Jira.
Yeah.
It's about the Fifth. Gemma and Agony were placed in the Myrmidon and kept in check with an inhibitor collar. They were broken out by Daredevil, who convinced them both to join the Fifth. During the therapy session with Doc Sasquatch, Agony said that she wanted silence, promoted Leonard to offer a dose of Gemma with symbiote inhibitor. Agony attacked him, but was stopped by Daredevil, who told her the Fifth would help her overcome the rage and trauma. Gemma helped rescue Bullet and his son Blanche when they were kidnapped by the Hand. When the Hand's allies Quinn and Una Stormwind retaliated by airdropping Resid on the Fifth compound. Gemma was among those affected by the drug, which drove nearly everyone who was exposed to it into a violent frenzy until they were subdued by the Avengers. Gemma and the other arrested members of the Fist were then shipped to imprisoned in America, where they were freed by Stormwind after they were threatened by Daredevil. Gemma got a job as a fact channel news and began secretly collaborating with Judas Traveler, helping him firm an anti-mutant sentiment on behalf of Orchis. She apparently lost her symbiote to Alchemist. That's after Gemma Shin. Okay. So now we got one more Life Foundation symbiote to do before we can get to Null. His name is Fake.
Could I request that we skip just straight to Null? Just because.
Hi, Emily.
Oh, hey, Emily, what's up?
Hi, Emily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Null is like just a good conversational kind of piece, Cause,
yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, yeah, just a suggestion.
I see you, Nolan. Be taken.
Yeah, let's. So, what is? I just would like to learn more about what his deal is.
So, Null is basically he's a primordial god, basically.
Yeah, but as far as his motivations, like what other gods
just wants
does he
to
want
destroy
to fuck
everything.
up?
He's evil. So I don't know. Well, he's basically the king bee of the hive. I don't know. I don't even.
I get that part, but he must want something, right? Like gods are like gods of lust. I mean,
does
he just want everyone to be symbiotes?
What?
Does he just want everyone to be symbiotes?
Right.
Well, again, I don't know. I just know that the symbiote, he spreads the symbiotes like a virus. So I don't know. How am I supposed to know? I haven't read the comics.
Well, I was more just I was more asking Gira. What's your foreknowledge of the Nullster?
Well, we're about to find out.
All right.
Null was an eldritch.
God of darkness.
Null was an eldritch god of and the creator of symbiotes, while residing in the primordial void that existed between the sixth and seventh cosmoses.
Okay,
He was
this is some
awakened when the
H.P.
Celestials
Lovecraft
invaded
stuff.
Right.
This is
in
kind
his
of
kingdom
like
of
it's
darkness
already
with light.
sounding kind of weird, but again, I understand he's a cosmic horror, but let's continue.
Sure. Null was chosen by the Celestials to serve as the Black King, but as the King in Black rejected the responsibility. With the first symbiote in the form of this sword, he decapitated one of them and used its severed head divine power to refine the blade, linking both Null and the Necrosword to the fallen cosmic god, waging war against the light to return the universe to the void. Null became a legendary figure of divine terror, but eventually found himself stranded on a nameless planet after an inhabitant stole his blade and unwittingly followed in his footsteps. He experimented with his powers and discovered he could bond his living abyss with lesser creatures in the form of amorphous parasites that he could control. Symbiotes. Establishing himself as the nexus of the hive he created, Null proceeded to conquer worlds and form a fleet of symbiote dragons. When two of his dragons arrived on Earth, the young god of thunder, Thor, struck down one of them and severed Null's connection to all the other symbiote dragons, who dissipated into countless individual symbiotes, while the other would seemingly be killed by Thor in a mid-air battle, its body plummeting into the depths of the North Sea, merging with the closest host they could find. The hive was now infected with concepts of honor and of nobility, so the symbiote turned on Null and trapped him at the core of the throne world, rebranding themselves Clintar out of their word for cage.
Okay, this
Reluctantly,
is
No,
like
I think I think that might be a good spot for a break, just to like kind of process everything we've heard so far.
this is sounding like some Tolkien similarity and something mixed with
Yeah.
H.P. Lovecraft. Like, what the heck is this? Like, by the
It's
way,
some far out there stuff, that's for sure.
well, I mean, I don't mind unexplainable cosmic stuff, but again, like, what?
Okay, well,
Oh, by the way, which one? Like, you was it you, Dexter, that was asking about
Dexter,
Null?
he says, yeah, no, it's Dax, but yeah,
Sorry, I
I just
pronounced
thought
it wrong. I meant to say Dax.
it's cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I
right,
couldn't-
Dix.
Yeah,
Dixon R.
So I
yeah,
do want
Dixon
to
R is up in the house. Dixon R is ready to get deep into this topic.
But anyway, I got
Okay.
something to say about
Oh
Null.
no,
Stop,
I'm
Allie.
tickled. Oh no.
This is serious time, Allie. You can't laugh. Talking about the
Shut
god of
up,
the
I can't
symbiotes.
help it.
We're talking about the god of symbiotes, Allie. This
We're
is
talking about primordial entities and Cthulhu-like humanoids.
this. Look at this fucking Drider-looking motherfucker with
He
his
looks
blood
like
sword.
Henry Cavill Witcher if he became a vampire.
He
Like,
does,
yeah,
yeah.
you don't look. He looks like he's
Straight up.
He ain't no. He like literally. I know that aliens don't have to look like I know that aliens can look like humans, but again, he looks too human for an alien god. Don't you agree with me? He looks too
100%.
human.
No, I'm glad you looped
Yeah.
back around to that because the
Good
design is
Lord,
not doing it
man.
to
He
me.
looks nothing like a symbiote. I know he's the god, but still, why does he look like he came from Earth? Seriously, he looks too
yeah, I
human.
hear you.
He needs
Yeah,
to.
I guess.
That's what I'm saying. If he's going to be in a movie or an adaptation at some point of any kind, he needs to change design. I'm sorry, but this design looks like he came from a fantasy thing.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why I called him a Drider motherfucker. He just looks like he's from
It
some
looks like
generic D&D
Count
monster
Dracula's
manual.
second cousin or something.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
he's got the
You
Alucard
know,
hair.
I get tired of
Also,
seeing
why
all
does
the
he have a
aliens
spider
and
symbol? He has no
Let Allie,
connection to Spider-Man.
Mikey, wait.
yeah,
Let Allie go, and then
I get tired of seeing all the aliens and stuff like that being either humanoid are bugs.
Why can't? Why?
Looks
Yeah.
like they
Seriously,
can
that's
come
why I
up with
like.
something different, you know.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I think you would really like any of you who haven't watched Stranger Things. You would like that show because the aliens are non-human.
I know
I thought the
sometimes
first season of Stranger Things was fucking dope.
Yeah,
Sometimes these
the seasons
streams-
kind of dip in quality, but they all have their perks. That's all I'll say. I can't.
sometimes these streams remind me of when a dog's in heat and you got like 10 male dogs humping each other on the back of it.
What in
But,
the world, man?
That
Can I
is
get
a
back to what I
very,
was
Oh,
wanting to say about
Lord.
Noel?
that's a very apt metaphor, Noise. But yeah, go ahead, man.
All right, so this is a two-parter. I'm gonna say the first thing first. So why has he got a spider symbol on him? Like he's a primordial god. Why does he have Spider-Man's symbol?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like Venom should have that, not him. He's not connected to Spider-Man. He existed before Spider-Man. So is this supposed to be him back at the home planet? So why would he have that symbol? That doesn't make any sense. Like,
No,
is
it does. It's a human symbol, like you're saying. Yeah, there should have no bearing
he's
on
supposed to
a
be
dude who's
god.
literally older
He's
than
not
like
a human.
time.
He was created. Like I'm not saying he was created. Like he came. Like you know how the whole thing about primordial gods is they have no origin, right? He just created himself. You know, basically. So
I'm my own boss. I created myself.
yeah. So you know that joke in Family Guy where it says, "So if God created the earth, then who created God? Maybe God created himself." Whoa.
Yeah, I mean that's about where. But no, apparently Noel was like he was created to be like to have a job. Like
yeah,
what
but
is it?
yeah,
Could
they
you
say
scroll
in the
down
thing
here?
that he rejected the offer and he just went to do his own thing.
Right. So he's like rebellious
Man, like
Wrathchild
I
up in
want
here.
to like the Celestials as a concept, but the MCU have fumbled them, especially that Eternals movie was terrible.
Yeah. I like. Well, I guess the
hate
problem
that
with the
movie.
MCU at large.
I want
Like-
the MCU to end at this point. It's like the MCU should have ended with Endgame, but no. Like I know that they could have continued, but they just fumbled the ball so badly. I just want it to end, and I'm worried about them soft rebooting. They need to just full on reboot because the homework thing is. I know I complain about it, but legit newcomers who are gonna if there's a new reboot universe, it does not need to be tied to the MCU. That's all I'll say. Okay.
I agree wholeheartedly.
But I want to say the second part of my null thing. Is that okay?
Oh yeah. I mean, up to
you
Jira.
were the one that was asking some stuff. I do know some stuff about Null that might be interesting. So you know Gore the God Butcher?
Well, I know of him from the Taika Waititi bullshit movie.
Yeah,
like,
that doesn't count because
I know, but so I really don't know much
so
about
the whole
Gore.
thing about Null is the sword that Gore the God Butcher gets in the comics, unlike the MCU, because obviously the MCU don't have the rights to symbiotes. But anyway, for one, Gore in that movie version isn't supposed to be human. He's supposed to look alien too. See, there's a common thing we're having here, okay? But anyway, the sword that Gore finds in the comics, it isn't just some magical sword that possesses you or influences you or whatever. It's actually supposed to be a symbiote. It's apparently it was a sword that Noel created or was associated with Noel. And anyway, it's a symbiote. It's not actually a sword, but it looks like a sword, or it possesses. I don't know, but the point is,
Okay, my first question was that with that is like, I guess he just feeds it with his raw energy. Like the symbiote can just function outside of the body.
Noel, or are you talking about Gore?
The sword.
So
the sword you were just talking about.
the sword itself is a symbiote, and the
Right. And my question was like, if it's a symbiote, we agree that a symbiote needs to feed. If it's not, like, it's a separate item that he holds.
But like, I don't know if the sword is like a magical thing, or if the sword it was just a regular sword that a symbiote took hold of. Like, again, I don't know the specifics. Like, I know that symbiotes, like the sword, wouldn't be an organic being. So I don't know.
Okay, but where were you going with the whole sword thing?
All right, so you know how in the terrible Taika Waititi movie, him summoning those monsters aren't supposed to be just monsters. They're supposed to be symbiotes, but of course they're not. I don't think they're symbiotes in the MCU because, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point is that the monsters that Gore summons in the comics aren't just sludge monsters. They're actually supposed to be symbiotes.
Okay.
And basically, yeah, like on the topic of Gore, like I said, Gore is supposed to look more human. No, he's not. He's supposed to look more alien in the comics. Like I don't mind. What I think would have been better is Christian Bale just voicing a motion capture thing similar to Josh Brolin. You know, I think they could have still given him motion. That movie was so much of missed opportunities.
Yeah, they should have gave him his goddamn symbiote sword and not been pussies. But Jira,
I don't know if it's a rights thing, but like there's certain things
I want to, it's Jira's stream. I want to hear from him for a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that. Go ahead.
You're good.
Okay.
Jira, as far as I was just going to ask you like an MCU thing, but go on if you'd like. Yeah.
Origin. Null was an ancient malevolent deity who purportedly ruled over the abyss, the existential chasm that existed between the destruction of the sixth cosmos and the creation of the seventh cosmos. While Null drew his power and claimed to be the incarnation of the primordial darkness, it existed long before even him. Originally content to slumber in the void, Null was awakened when the Celestials began creating the universe. The Celestials recruited Null to be the King in Black, a cosmic caretaker for the new universe. However, Null rejected the King in Black's responsibilities and lashed out. Outraged that his kingdom of darkness was being despoiled, Null created a sword of living darkness from his newly cast shadow and decapitated one of them, cast back into the void by the other Celestials. Null used the slain Celestial's severed head as a forge to temper his sword in its cosmic energy, thus forging the all-black Necrosword. Intent on reclaiming his kingdom of darkness, Null manifested a symbiotic suit of armor from the Elder Rich Darkness he commanded and embarked on a genocidal campaign against the other gods and life itself, becoming a legendary figure of terror and divine beings even billions of years later.
Huh. That's interesting,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah. Symbiote hides.
But again, why does he look like Henry Cavill?
I think we're beyond that at this point.
I'm being silly. I'm not being that serious. I'm just being.
I guess
I'm fine with you being silly.
Yeah, we're all silly, to be honest. Yeah. Like I said, anyway. I have ADHD, but again, even so, we're all silly.
Yeah, we are.
Speak for yourself.
You definitely, it's important to add humor into a stream.
Yeah, unlike bad humor from the MCU, but I digress.
We just have to be careful we're not racist.
That just happened.
They'll make a clip of us and say stuff and get us canceled.
I want to say this. Wait,
that would be awesome.
Shadow Man and Ka, like Ka the Snake. Wait, what type of name is that?
Yeah.
Wait. Ka the Snake? How are we on Jungle Book now?
Look at there. It says Shadow Man and Ka. Like, why is what is named Ka? That sounds like, that reminds me of the Jungle Book. Like, what is that name?
I don't know what Kaka is.
Who would have catch Kaka?
See, here's the problem. I don't know how to be racist here because we got like some worm creature, a rat creature, and a dog, and a blank face.
We are rats.
I don't know how to be racist here.
Yeah.
If you like Venom and Rats, season 3 of Stranger Things has a goop monster that possesses a bunch of rats and turns into goop.
You are just chilling so hard for that show right now.
Listen, man. I've liked Stranger Things ever since. Like, I didn't watch it immediately. I started watching it in 2017 when the second season, like when the first and second seasons were the only seasons out at that time. Here's the thing, though. I have my problems with Stranger Things, but I overall think the show is still good. But that first season does not compare to the rest of the other seasons, because the first season was actually supposed to be a one and done. I know I'm on a tangent here, but I legit say the first season feels like a 6-hour movie. Like, it's really good.
The first season you said feels like a 6-hour movie?
The first season feels like a Steven Spielberg movie from the 80s. Like, it's really good. But what I'm saying is that like the show, obviously had some good seasons later on, but the quality's kind of dipped. But I'm just saying the point is that first season on its own is like a movie, even though it's 8 episodes.
Yeah, I agree with that take for sure.
It feels like
You know,
it was made to be.
you know what else is a Stranger Thing?
What?
Null.
Yeah, like
Null's a
seriously,
very strange,
seriously, why
strange
does he
man.
look like a vampire? But again, these are useless questions.
We gotta move past the vampire thing, man. I understand. I don't like his design either.
He needs to like seriously. Why doesn't he look like Venom? Like he needs to look
Well-
alien. What is with making? I know these are useless questions. Forget it.
Yeah, I mean, they're not useless. They just won't get any answers. But I'm
That's
fine.
what I'm
like-
saying. I like the redesign of Steph. Like I know, I don't know. I'm not saying everyone's gonna like Zack Snyder's Justice League, but Stephen.
Oh, I hate it. I fucking hate that movie, dude.
But
It's
do you agree that
awful.
Stephen Wilkes' design looks cool, right?
He looks fine. He's a big horny alien. He looks like Dragon Ball villain that got fucking written off for looking too generic.
Hey man, I know he's supposed to look more human in the comics. I know.
No, not even from the comics. I don't know the comics perspective. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
I don't know the comics either, but I'm just saying that one time I saw there was a picture of Steppenwolf and he looks nothing like the one from the movie. That's all I'm saying.
okay, well, that wasn't going to be my argument, but
All right, sorry, man.
it's fine. So this is great. This is great. So Null.
Hellbent on
This is-
returning the cosmos.
This is a man who didn't want to do the job his daddy wanted.
Wait. Did the Celestials are his daddies?
No,
Yeah.
he was just-
Or did he? Or was he just born from the cosmos? Like again, I'm confused.
he was born in the destruction of the sixth cosmos and the birth of the seventh. That's what it was said. Anyway, let's continue.
Okay.
Hellbent on returning to the cosmos, up to the abyss, Null created an artificial planet from the living darkness he controlled to serve as his throne world and base of operation. Experimenting with his abilities to manifest life out of darkness itself, Null began using the exoteric latitude as a dumping ground for his failed creation, which millennia later became known as the Axelon. Among his early creations were proto-symbiotes such as Mr. E and presumably the other Shadow Realm entities like Shadow Man and Ka, as well as a herd of Wyvern-like monsters. Establishing
I'm sorry, Mr. E. Like that's like Mr. Smith off of Matrix. Like what type of name is that?
It stands
don't know.
for easily
Mr. E.
distracted, which is you.
Huh?
It's Mr. T's big brother.
Mr. T.
Yeah, exactly.
I pity
He's
the
earlier in
fool.
the alphabet.
Yeah.
Shadow Man and
Establishing
Ka. Okay, so like, what are those names? Shadow Man. Why would you name?
Hey,
I don't
Shadow
even
Man
know
is a
anymore.
badass name, okay? It's a Mega Man boss. And Shadow
You know what
Man
else is a
deserves
Mega Man
respect,
boss?
goddammit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dr. Wily.
That's not I see what you're trying to do there, but
And then there's Day Man and Night Man.
Oh no.
yeah, man.
Oh
No,
no!
no,
Wait,
no, no.
Fighter of the night, man.
Continue with the, sorry, Sergeant.
Champion of the sun.
Interrupting your stream.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jira. I
Right.
just
Right.
I'm not,
All right,
I'm
Sergeant,
just as
let's
bad at
continue.
staying off topic now, so
Okay.
apologies, good sir, and happy
Establishing
birthday.
himself as a thank you. Establishing himself as the divine nexus of the abyssal entity's hive mind, Null sent them forth into the cosmos, using them to conquer countless planets, devour civilizations and pantheons, extinguishing stars and smother entire planets in eldritch darkness. With the few gods that Null spared were forcibly drafted into his army, enslaved to his will, and transformed into monsters using the living abyss. He placed as sentries to guard the worlds he conquered. At some point during Null's war against the light, he encountered the time-displaced Silver Surfer when the former Herald of Galactus freed a world from Null's control using the power cosmic. After a brief but intense fight, Null defeated Silver Surfer and infected him with living abyss to turn him into the Void Knight. However, Silver Surfer was freed by Ego, the Living Planet, who helped Rad escape when Null pursued him on a symbiote dragon. Null
Is
hunted the
Ego
Silver
a
Surfer
Celestial in
dog.
the comics, or was that just an MCU creation?
I don't know.
Like, I know
Ego,
he's in the comics, but I'm asking, is he a Celestial in the comics?
Ego, the Living Planet? No idea.
Okay, continue.
Null nearly succeeded in doing so, but was defeated when the Silver Surfer expended the last of his power cosmic to conjure a star right in front of him, bathing him in stellar plasma and blasting him across the cosmos. This defeat proved temporary as Null recovered and resumed his conquest of the cosmos. At some point afterwards, Null engaged an army of gold-armored gods empowered by the light in combat and slaughtered all but one of them. Pursuing the survivors, Null managed to impale him on All Black, but was himself impaled through the head by the enemy's god spear. Null and the dying god crash landed on a desolate planet where All Black left the incapacitated Null for one of the indigenous inhabitants, Gore. Despite the setback, Null chose not to hunt the thief down and reclaim All Black, though he remained aware of Gore unwittingly following in his footsteps as the God Butcher. After recovering from his injuries over the course of a century, Null began experimenting with his powers and discovered that he could manifest amorphous parasites called symbiotes from the living abyss and bonded them to lesser life forms, corrupting life rather than eradicating it. The downfall. Null's reign of terror came to an end in the 6th century CE when two symbiote dragons, one black and one red, arrived on Earth and were named the Grendel and Grendel's mother by the Danes. The Grendel's rampage was stopped by Thor, who blasted it with divine lightning and severed Null's connection to the vast majority of
So they
symbiotes.
created Beowulf.
Yeah. As the symbiotes bonded to benevolent hosts, the hive mind became tainted with notions of honor and nobility, leading them to
Honor?
rebel against their god and imprisoning him at the heart of the throne world, where they named Clintar their world for Cage, forming an organization known as the Agents of the Cosmos. The symbiotes of Clintar subsequently attempted to expunge their dark origins and redeem themselves by acting to protect the cosmos they once terrorized. While serving as a herald of Galactus, the Silver Surfer came across Clintar, which was devoured by its constituent symbiotes, attempting to wait, hang on.
Imprison him.
Like, well,
Is everything okay?
yeah, I was trying to remember where I left off.
Yeah, you were at the imprison him part.
At the heart of the throne world, which they renamed Clintar Cage World, forming the okay. Yes, agents of the cosmos, symbiotes Clintar simply explained their dark origins and deeds. While serving as the herald of the Silver Surfer came across Clintar and was devoured by its constituent symbiotes, attempting to imprison him alongside Null at the artificial planet's core. However, the Surfer was able to free himself and escape. Now for modern times, Awakening. Centuries later, the Grendel symbiote dragon was unearthed by S.H.I.E.L.D., and its living abyss was used to create a super soldier initiative called the Sim Soldier Program. Using the psychic link between himself and the Grendel, Null began attempting to assert his influence over the offshoots, causing them to rampage and driving their hosts insane. Decades later, Null remote piloted the symbiote dragon and broke it free of containment, reabsorbing four of its five offshoots. Null sent the Grendel symbiote dragon on a rampage through downtown Manhattan, but it was stopped by the combined efforts of Venom, whose symbiote has been adversely affected by Null's working, and Spider-Man. Using the Grendel to manifest an avatar of true form, Null stripped the Venom symbiote from its host and attempted to purge it of its benevolence and compassion it had obtained during its time on Earth, intending to reconnect to its hive mind and absorb it into the Grendel symbiote to become stronger. When confronted by Eddie Brock, Null showed him the true origins of and history of the symbiote, mocking him for believing the lies told to the Venom symbiote by the symbiote and agents of the cosmos, reforming the Grendel around his avatar. Eddie and Spider-Man now flew into space and revealed his plan to obtain the missing pieces of the symbiote dragon, used it to free his true body from Clintar and resume his conquest of the universe, starting with Earth. Venom escaped with help from Spider-Man, but Null chose not to pursue them, and instead began hunting for the Tyrannosaurus symbiote, one of the remaining pieces of the Grendel symbiote dragon. When the Tyrannosaurus symbiote bonded with the Venom and reconnected to the hive mind, Null attacked using the Grendel symbiote and attempted to devour Venom. When the Grendel was destabilized by sonic grenades, Null's manifestation enraged Venom in a brute one-on-one battle. Venom's arsenal of high-tech weapons proving ineffective, Null stripped Eddie of both symbiotes and began absorbing them. But his clawing was cut short when Eddie detonated the entire arsenal. The blast affecting Null's real body at the core of Clintar, shaken and enraged. Null coded his manifestation in the Grendel symbiote. But before he could attack, the Tyrannosaurus symbiote coiled around the avatar and dragged it into the heart of the blast furnace, telling Venom to hold the door shut. Null's avatar was subsequently immolated, his connection to Grendel symbiote seemingly severed, and his body remained sealed at the heart of Clintar. Read by Carnage. A few months after the battle, an Earth-based cult dedicated to worshipping Null, led by Scorn, obtained a sample of the Grendel symbiote and Clay Cassidy's corpse, intending to
Jira,
Yes.
I have to say,
Oh,
I have. Oh yeah. Hi, Lilith. This this wiki is not selling me on Null. This all sounds horribly uninteresting.
sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
Hi, Lilith.
Hey, Lilith.
All right.
But yeah, like, and as far as them adapting Null in the movie, like they can do whatever. Like I hope it's I hope they manage to hook people, because
Okay.
this I mean, as far as the continuity they're pulling from, it just sounds so busy and full of like all this different all these different factions and shit, and it's like I kind of I think I kind of agree that the symbiotes don't need a god. Null is
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Null is wholly unnecessary.
It's so stupid. Seriously.
Yeah.
People saying, "Oh, Noel's actually a cool character." I'm like, no, he's not.
He might be, but I'm not getting it from this wiki.
Yeah, it's so convoluted.
Okay.
I'd have to read the comics and
Yeah, seriously, that's what I'm saying. It's like, imagine putting all this into media. It's like, this is too much, even for comics. Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, I think that most people would just kind of tune most of it out and not pay attention to most of what's going on with this character.
right,
Just
yeah.
stick to the end result of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what is he bringing to the table?
We have to ask ourselves about the host of the show. What is his point in doing this?
Sorry, guys. I was talking to my mom.
Oh, no problem.
I was
trying to
being
learn
loud,
much.
and she was wondering what I was doing.
Oh, I was trying to learn as much as I was looking to do some research while we go along with the stream, because there's lots I need to catch up on too ahead of the movie this week as well. Also, I like to
Most
explore
definitely.
characters. I do like to explore the depths of characters and IPs with my live streams too, not just one thing or one thing.
There's nothing wrong with that. I understand that, but with that being said, most people will tune out. Now we're here for it.
Yeah, because we're dedicated.
But of course, we want to have some input and some laughs along with it as well.
So that's why I was trying to be funny.
I mean,
anyway, can I continue?
I think I mean, Jira, have you considered maybe getting some comic panels, capturing some images of those, and like taking
Oh,
us through some
sure.
comics next time we stream? Just a suggestion.
All right. Sure. Next time.
That way we could like
Anyway,
read a page at a time and see kind of really what's going on, you know?
Hey guys, I'm getting kind of tired. I think I'm gonna leave the stream. Is that okay?
Yeah, no,
sure.
we
Thank
ain't
you for
gonna handcuff you, dude. Thanks for coming.
Not
Yeah,
you're not allowed to leave.
yeah, but I'll see you guys later. Okay.
Yeah,
Have
good,
a good
good to meet you,
night.
dude. Peace out.
Peace out.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you. Yep, and be sure to subscribe to his channel too, guys.
Please
All
and
right.
thank you, people
Let's
in the chat.
continue. Yep. Now, obtained a small and Cletus intending to turn him into Null's avatar and facilitate his awakening. When the sample of Grendel's symbiote was bonded to Cletus, Null reanimated and psychically communicated with the serial killer. Though the nature of their conversation is unknown, when Null attempted to seize control of Cletus through the symbiote, Cletus resisted Null's control and their connection was severed when the Grendel symbiote absorbed the codex. Trace remnants of the living abyss left the former symbiote hosts that the Carnage symbiote had left in Scorn's body. Cletus desired to communicate with Null again and decided to help free him by collecting enough DOS codexes to reconnect the Grendel symbiote to the hive mind. As his connection is self-proclaimed Epsite grew stronger, Null began awakening and exerting his influence to corrupt both the symbiotes of Clintar and those stranded on Earth, namely the Riot, Agony, Phage, Lasher, and Scream symbiotes. After Dark Carnage was killed by Venom, who absorbed the Dark Carnage symbiote and remaining codexes, Null was reawakened and promptly destroyed Clintar, coalescing its constituent symbiotes into a fleet of symbiote dragons. Manifesting his suit of draconic armor, Null was confronted by Zakdal, an Axelon-infected Kree. Initially bemused by Zakdal accusing him of stealing his soul, Null revealed the true origin of Exelon as imperfect symbiotes and stripped Zakdal of his, absorbing it into his armor before manifesting All Black's Necrosword form anew, leaving Zodek for dead. Null resumed his conquest of the Kyle, unknowingly hunted by his opposite, the god of light, using his living abyss to smother entire planets. Null also began communing with Eddie's son, Dylan Brock, a human symbiote hybrid spawned by Venom symbiote, by appearing in his nightmares, blazing a swath of destruction across the Kree Skrull Alliance's colonial territories en route to Earth. Null laid traps to waylay ships sent to investigate, thereby claiming several prominent warriors from both species for his army. Intent on settling his eons-old grudge against the Celestials, Null hunted them down and infected them with living abyss. Null also sent symbiote and symbiote dragons to, to blaze a swath of destruction across numerous other spacefaring civilizations such as the Zenrix. Invasion of Earth. Arriving at Earth.
Good. If maybe we could like pause between each entry
Sure.
using.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Dylan Brock. Yeah. No, yeah, I have the same wiki page you have. I'm just kind of going back over it. Yeah,
Okay.
so I guess they're tying it into the Krull and the Scree and the Krull. Fuck, and like that's an angle to go. I'd say have like symbiotes infecting aliens and shit. Like that's basically kind of like the xenomorph. Whatever the symbiote attaches to is going to be a wholly unique kind of thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Can we continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Arriving at Earth, Null and his horde easily plowed through the minefield of derelict Kree and Skrull ships left over from the war against the Kotati As his dragons rained down on Earth and quickly overwhelmed the planet's superheroes, Null emerged from one of the Celestials and declared his intent to destroy the planet, offering to make it quick and painless if given the human called Brock. Null was attacked by the Sentry, who attempted to fly him into orbit and rip him in half, but easily broke free and reversed their positions. Null tore the Sentry apart and seized control of the dark entity that had been indwelling him, absorbing it into himself. Growing bored of the conflict, Null used symbiotes to seize control of the Avengers, X-Men, and many of the other heroes that had rallied to oppose him before encasing the Earth in a shell of living abyss. Out of desperation, Venom offered to serve Null if the Earth was spared, but Null refused, remarking that the Brock he was interested in was Dylan, and ripped the Venom series off Eddie before throwing him from the top of the Empire State Building. Satisfied that Eddie could no longer prove a pest to his plans once he succumbed to his wound, and his consciousness was trapped within the hive mind as a codex. Constructing a spire at the top of the Empire State Building, Null began directing his invasion on multiple fronts by remote piloting symbiote dragons, indwelling symbiote-possessed heroes, and manifesting avatars. Null attempted to claim the Ebony Blade, Sword of Fuji, and Ghost Spider's artificial symbiote for himself, but was thwarted and repeatedly taken aback by a number of heroes who possessed powers and weapons able to kill his dragons and damage, if not outright destroy, his avatars, as well as the willpower to partially resist his control. Reaching backwards through time, Null resurrected Mr. E and sent him to either destroy the Ebony Blade in the past or use it to facilitate premature escape from prison. Although Mr. E repeatedly failed to do so and was ultimately destroyed, Null was stripped of a large amount of his power by the Valkyries, who severed his unwitting connection to the headless celestial from the afterlife. When Dylan Brock entered the battlefield and began using his superpowers to free the people and heroes Null had enslaved, Null attempted to capture him but was attacked by Thor, who he recognized as the one who had almost killed Grendel centuries prior. Furious, Null confronted the god of thunder, who was unimpressed. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Unimpressed. Yeah, okay. And dismissed him as merely one of the hundreds of gods of destruction he had vanquished. Null overpowered Thor, but was attacked by Dylan, casually subduing the boy and cocooning him in a living abyss. Null was distracted long enough for Thor to knock him off and rip his lower jaw off with a full power blow from Mjolnir. Enraged, Null activated the symbiote-controlled Celestials and ordered them to raise the planet before Thor could leave to confront them. Null, forming a new lower jaw from Living Abyss, manifested All Black from his symbiote armor and impaled him from behind, sneering that he could sense Thor was already acquainted with the Necro Sword and that he was its creator. Leaving Thor impaled, Null turned to confront Dylan and voiced his intent to claim the boy as his son, commanding the symbiotes he controlled within the hive mind to imprison the symbiotes that Dylan and Thor had purged his influence from. Unbeknownst to Null, Eddie Brock was reunited with the Codex of Flash Thompson and the Anti-Venom symbiote and Rex Strickland and the Tyrannosaurus symbiote. They were able to take advantage of Dylan and Thor, injuring Null to infiltrate the core of the hive mind, the God Hive. When Agent Anti-Venom's Codex bonded to one of the symbiotes that Null couldn't control and was reborn into the world of the living as a white symbiote dragon, Null immediately realized that what was going on and furiously hijacked the Tyrannosaurus symbiote, confronting Eddie again with the intent of killing him once and for all. However, Eddie managed to escape the hive mind with the help from Venom symbiote and was chosen as the God of Light's new host. Yeah. Confronted by Silver Surfer once more, Null prepared to resume their ancient duel, but was interrupted by Eddie, now transformed into a cosmic version of Venom. was unimpressed and mocked his ancient nemesis' choice of hosts until Eddie armed himself by merging Millimeter and the Silver Surfer's board into a battle axe shaped like Venom's spider emblem. Null attempted to flee while throwing everything he had at Eddie, but was overpowered and cornered at the top of the Empire State Building, stripped of his symbiote armor, and that the Void's victory was inevitable. But Eddie rebuked Null and flew him into the core of the sun, destroying his body with unipower. Null attempted to take over Dylan's body, but Eddie used the unipower to remove the living abyss from Dylan and destroy it, seemingly defeating the Dark God once and for all.
And that is what you call poetry.
Definitely. Yeah, guys.
So what can you say about Null, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, that's a good
Born
question.
to be a king, died as a bitch.
Yeah,
What can
who
you
knows?
do?
Yeah, who knows, guys? Wow.
No one,
Yeah.
no one knows but Stan Lee. Oh wait, was he alive when this story was written?
No, no idea. I think I better head back and double check to see. I know this.
No,
I know he
no
wasn't
worries.
alive when the thing, but no. Well, no was pretty much created, and introduced while Stanley was still around. But the story, especially the story arc that led to his demise, not likely.
You're not feeling how he was taken down?
Well, it was
I mean,
kind of fun, but wow. Yeah, I'm not even sure. I mean, from what I've seen from him being imprisoned on the planet, kind of hard to tell which direction that this movie is going to go in. And to those in the chat, what do you guys think? Do you think we're really going to see Null and Venom again for Spider-Man 4, or is it really just a bunch of race baiting, deceptive marketing? What do you guys thought?
God, I hope I don't see Null in the new movie because I'm not really down with any of this. I'm just man,
Yeah.
like
Well, Marvel has some great stories. The problem is they change, they vary greatly depending on the writer of the moment. Look at how the most powerful characters have just been, as they say, dog walked over silly shit because a different writer comes in.
yeah, Thanos just gets squirrel girled because some dude that week thought it would be funny and like just got it by the editor.
Yeah, that's true, guys. Yeah, that is
All right.
true.
Well, this has
Yeah.
been a good experience, Jira. Thanks for having us, and happy
Yeah,
birthday,
thanks for
man!
having us.
Thank you guys
Yeah.
for coming on board.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
In the nuts. That's right, Lilith.
I'm grateful to be on some show because people don't want me on the shows.
Which is a goddamn mistake. Sub to noise pollution, everybody.
I'm
Yeah,
toxic.
thank you.
I'm noise pollution. I'm toxic. That's why.
Yes. And yeah, be sure to subscribe to my fellow co-hosts, everybody, and be sure to
Just follow me on X. We're good.
Yep.
Yeah, and my channel, if you search at noise pollution 88, you'll get my channel.
Yep, and be sure to subscribe to this to our friend Mr. T as well.
Most definitely.
Yep.
Thanks
Thank you.
everyone for stopping by, and
Yep.
may Null be with you.
Always.
Yeah, and
Hopefully not.
if
Thank
you
you.
don't mind, link my channel as well.
Oh yeah,
sure.
I got you, man. One sec.
Okay.
Yeah, Dixon R here. He's done good about helping promote my channel. He's been a good friend.
Thank you. Oh no,
Oh,
I seem
no.
to have lost your link somehow.
Oh no.
You went and dicked it up, didn't you?
It's all dicked up noise. Hope you're happy.
Still got
Wait
still
a
got the
minute.
link.
I-
You still got,
I do. I thought I had it saved somewhere else. It's gonna take me a sec. Sorry.
sure. Take your time.
Hey, Noise, have you read Lobo, the
Lobo.
comic?
Actually, I've not.
Hmm.
No, I was always into Marvel comics, but even with that, I haven't been into it for many years. But going way back, I was very much into Marvel comics. In fact, I remember when Venom came out.
Yeah.
Which I'm next to the oldest person in this stream here. I'm old enough to remember like when Venom came out and all such.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It is done.
Thank you. Also, be
Yeah,
sure to
yeah,
subscribe
thanks.
to Be sure to subscribe to Noise Pollution's channel as well, folks. And thank you all for coming to tonight's stream. It's been really great. Thanks again. And be
Thanks
sure to
both of
follow
you.
him.
Thanks for
Yeah, no
having
problem,
us. It
dude.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Peace out, Yira. You have a good one now. Happy birthday,
Thank
bro.
you, guys. Thanks. Take care, guys.
Peace.